see. Are we on? Shazam. Haven't heard the clicks yet. Let's see which one connects first. Okay, so there's Twitch. Twitter didn't connect. That's interesting. Oh, Twitter did connect. There we go. Hey, Ryan. How you doing, buddy? I'm just going to move this over. There we go. I watch out. I don't want to burn my monitor. We got JB in the house. Ryan Brook in the house. Shazam. Good to see you guys. Either way, make sure you tune in Sunday for New Bricks Today. I posted the link already. Let me steal it. Oh, that was so dumb. Let me post it in here proper. There we go. And that should be a clickable message. Let's fix our camera since I didn't do that beforehand. Actually, don't waste time on that one. Let's go to second one first. Bring it in a little. I promise a lot less drama tonight. One more camera. This one is acting a little bit slower. Bring it up to that. All right. Well, join us when you can, Eileen. What do we got? We got Monster Punch, Punch Energy. I only buy the ones with actual sugar, not the fake stuff. 0 calories, not smart. And this one actually tastes good. I think, okay, Kevin Creamer, Hobby Hooligan will be joining us tonight. And even if he doesn't, he's going to be joining us Sunday night. Take a look at the thumbnail. Click on that YouTube link that I got pinned because we're going to have 5 of us on. 4 of us are YouTubers. Some of us will be showing off stuff. Should be a good time. Let's see. Can I lower it more? Ooh. Afraid of messing up my cameras. Yeah, me too. Me too. And one of these days, we'll get both of you young guys on. We'll do like an open mic or something. Let's switch her up. Where's our build here? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. How much vibration is? No, that's not bad. We'll see if I can muffle that later. Well, what's holding you up? If you got a camera and a mic, you're pretty much ready to start. And ideally, some sort of lighting. Because you've seen on a lot of people's streams where you can't see the person or you can't see what they're doing if they're showing you that too. But, I started with just a cell phone over my shoulder. And that was just one camera, and that's all you saw. So... Oh, that's a good question. I have no idea because I've been at this a long time. The rules change so often. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if you need to be at 50 though. But yeah, I don't know. And then I remember there used to be plenty of rules, like if you wanted to stream live from mobile from the cell phone. And then that changed. I think we're on bag 3. That makes sense. There we go, bag 3s. Yeah, I hope so. In fact, if you give me enough notice, I'll even post it on my community tab. Okay, so that's empty bag 3. Ooh, there's our custom frame and pillars for the windshield. Although I don't think you're going to get an actual piece for it. That's not uncommon for Lego or Mega. I wish they would do a mold, but there are ways around that. Or you could rebuild a set, Ryan. Or you could talk about a set, or there's so much you could do. There's a nice little printed piece. Just got to move my phone a little so that if Kevin shows up, I will see him. Most likely next week. Awesome, man. No pressure. You start when you're ready. But it's never too soon to start building up your catalog and start learning what works and what doesn't for you. Because what works for me may not work for you, and what works for JB may not work for you. You should do it Friday if you're open, Ryan Brick, because that's when I can join. Hey. What am I doing next Friday? I don't know. Well, give me enough notice and I'll at least watch it. Oh, that's good. That's even a bigger problem, the energy drinks, if it's actually good. Like if you drink it and you don't go, ooh, then they really got you. 4 1x3 dark gray tiles. On either side. Oh, and now we're going to do the classic hinge. Let's see. That's 1. 2. I think it's got to go 1 each way, right? There we go. Okay, I just search it up and I need 50 to go live. Okay. Well, Ryan, post a link to your channel. You can do that now. You get a wrench, I think. And everyone who watches this, if you can, make sure you're watching on the YouTube stream tonight, not on the Facebook or the Twitter or the Twitch. And you'll see Ryan Brick's link to his channel. And make sure you give him a follow now so that you can, check off that notification bell and all that good stuff so that you can follow him when he goes live. Let's help him get there. I like that. Very satisfying snap. All right. There's our 2 hinges. Huge book. Yeah, it helps the rock out and me. No, the rock don't need help. Just me. Yeah, don't help the rock. That guy's got enough help already. Although from most accounts, he seems to be a pretty cool guy. Oh, where is that? Which one is this one? Okay, so this one I need. And I need a triangle. And I need an up bracket. Oh no, dude. I'm pretty cool with the regulars who hang and support me. I support them. No worries. No worries. Yep. That's it. Hashtag don't help rock. That's what it should be. Which way? Okay. I need another triangle bit. So it's basically a slope with studs on it, which is kind of cool. And Kev, whenever you do decide to come on, announce it in the channel. Oh, JB, for that to be a proper hashtag, you gotta get rid of the spaces. That'd be funny if we can post that to Twitter without the spaces in it and see if we can get that trending. Don't help the rock. See what happens. That would be fun. Don't help the rock. Don't help the rock. Don't help the rock. Which is funny because I do dig the guy. Now look, there's a little cowboy hat, which I knew was going to be part of this set. I got a problem. Unless it's under something. Get one of those pieces there, one of these pieces here. This sucks because as of right now, there's absolutely a part I can't find. I really don't want to have to work around it. Oh, it's a tow bar? Oh, I'm not missing it then.
Laura. Hey, honey. It's been a day. Well, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm exhausted. No. I said it's been a day. Sorry, go ahead. Well, so...
Hang on, everyone. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't want you to hear that. My wife talks way too freely about personal info. So nice molded seats. I'm not sure if it was Mega Dan Branco. Oh, hey. Mr. Click and Cliff. Yo. You know, Cliff, you're always welcome. You know where to find the links. Pretty sure you're in the chat. And Cliff, make sure you come back around Sunday night. We'll have 4 or 5 of us doing new bricks. Should be a good show. Let's see. Should be. That's interesting. The seat's center mounted. Well, I guess that matches the truck. Yeah, I heard you had this truck. That's great. It's nice to hear you've expanded beyond Lego. Was this your first large mega set, Cliff? JV will be back. He'll be back again. Ken. Let's see. We got a little shifter. Okay, what? Oh, is it this? That is a new piece to me. A little shifter there. Tell you, I love the big books. I mean, I'm probably going to hate it in the summer when I get hot and sweaty here because I don't necessarily want to run the AC because it's going to be so loud. But yeah, I gotta admit, it's pretty cool. Now, I'm looking very specifically for the notched piece for the steering wheel. Here it is. Ooh. Love this one. So we've got the steering done. Let's see. Oh, hang on, hobby. I gotta get the cans. Here's the cans. Everyone say hi to Hobby Hooligan Shazam.
Yo, what's happening?
Hey. How am I sounding tonight? Pretty good?
Yeah, real good. So I heard you had some trouble the other night.
Oh my goodness. Which one? The oral surgery or the
Well,
international criminal cartel?
yeah,
My wife's
yeah.
Oh my God. What 2 hours of drama, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And of course, it added up to 3 more hours this morning where she had to chase down even more stuff with the cards because
Yeah.
it's not readily apparent sometimes that they've done stuff.
That's right.
So now some of the stuff's getting posted to the cards. It's like, oh, well, that's clearly not right. That's clearly not right. And here's the thing. So long story short, she either dropped the wallet / cell phone thing because it's all one big case folding thing, right?
Yeah.
And she either dropped it in the parking lot or dropped it in Walmart. I don't believe anyone snatched it off her. I really don't. She dropped stuff enough that I have no doubt it was just an opportunity find for somebody.
Yeah.
But they whoever grabbed it, and I don't like to think the worst, but they clearly did the worst. They picked it up. They went from Kiel and Lawrence area where my wife was, very quickly got on the highway, got off at Dufferin, went to Yorkdale, tried to spend, killed most of the cards right away because they got declined. Because without the pins, they're dead. And so what they did end up tapping the bank card. Now my wife knows tap is bad. I've been saying it. So that's fixed now. But what they did end up doing is with some of the credit cards, they end up going online because you don't need the pin. You have the front and the back of the credit card.
Oh, yeah, the security pin.
And I really wish that with online credit card use that there was another level, because that's all someone's got to do is get it for a minute. They could in these days, everyone's got their cell phone. So imagine when you hand someone your credit card in a restaurant. It's that easy. Snap. You got everything you need. You go
pay pass and all that.
And you go ding, ding, ding online. So you should see these guys try to rack up. Whoa. Last night it was one number. Today we got a whole different number.
Wow.
Yeah. They were nefarious. They were something else. And then at the point where I got involved and I'm texting them, this is after my daughter had been calling them a number of times, hoping they would answer that phone. At that point, I had intervened and I'm texting, so that pops up on the phone. Please return it, and there's a reward. Blah blah blah. Right around that point, they pitched it out the window of the car, wrapped in socks. Don't know why.
Yeah, I remember reading that in the chat there. That's crazy too.
And of course, so my daughter was using Find My Device on Apple device to triangulate, and it's a little tough because that's a highway area. It was either the off ramp or the collectors here in Toronto along the 401, and it's a pretty big spot. You got 100 yards this way and 200 yards this way, so it's a big area. There'd be 2 passes. I had recommended, based on what I saw with the satellite telemetry, where I thought, because I saw it bouncing around, because it's, as Apple pings, it's bouncing back and forth between the 3 towers, right?
Right.
So it's never solid and it's intermittent. And as long as it's pinging, either the phone still has a SIM card in it or the phone's connected to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay. One or the other. So the phone is active. After 15 or 20 minutes of not having access to either, you're likely not going to see much else.
Yeah.
It's not going to be active anymore. It may show you the last final spot, maybe, but it's not going to keep updating. But I had taken snapshots, so I figured out the latitude and longitude of where I figured it was. But anyway, my daughter went back up, and God bless her for having the guts to. She saw something wrapped up. Didn't look like a phone. It's a piled up bunch of socks.
And here it was, the phone.
It's the phone inside. Why wrap it in socks? I don't know. Why not just pitch it straight? I don't know. I can't even imagine the thought process when they tried to run the cards, right? Straight in the store, Yorkdale, bunch of stores, boom, 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 like Alexander McQueen and other crap. High-end stores. They tried. They really, really, really tried to get us good. They were going high-end, They got the $30 cash from the wallet.
So what?
Went online and did a bunch of transactions.
What in total do you think you guys end up losing? Just the 30 cash so far?
That's really our only loss, plus time and effort.
All right,
yeah.
Lesson learned, wifey.
You hope this time.
$30 lesson.
Yeah. Well, it's the time and the crime.
Socks. Ken Wentz says socks wipe the fingerprints off. Ah, I see. You've done this before.
which is, very possible. Trust me, it was actually fairly clean regardless. But it was a welded phone, right? But they had done something else. Because it was definitely cleaner than when it left their possession. But these are quite scummy people, and it's too bad. I was just hoping it was, someone accidentally picking up whatever. And had they tried nothing, that's what it would have been. But the fact they went and tried every card and killing every card, like these are some nasty mother effers. So, hey, God bless, and people can say whatever they want about the stalking apps or the tracking stuff. My family, me, we love this crap, and not just for finding, our phones, right, and seeing where we are, and where my daughter is, and where my wife is, and where my mother is, and where her husband is, and where my brother-in-law is, and his wife and his kids, right? We're all in on this. And then even with my household devices, our iPads or iPhones, computers, and then in the house, dude, my Samsung remote TV, right?
Yep.
I even got one, I got a couple in the car, obvious one, and then others that are hidden. So I love the tech. And look, we recovered, $2,000 phone, all those cards. Now, don't get me wrong, we still had to go through the effort to kill and wipe those cards, but we got them back. Most people don't get their stuff back.
Yeah.
And imagine to find your device and your wallet and all this in city the size of Toronto, 2.5 to 3 million people, right?
Yikes.
Busy Thursday night, highway system, all this stuff involved. Like,
yeah. Lucky.
But the $30 was cash. That isn't the issue,
Yeah.
Ken. And everything else has been disputed. And this is not her first go around. She's actually an expert on losing her shit.
Tisk.
She could teach everyone else a thing or two about losing the stuff and what it takes to stop and recover. And so that's the easy part. Just the stress of going through it each time and then telling the story each time. And, yeah. But
so are you about halfway on your Bigfoot here, or about a third?
well, we're just starting bag 3, but there's not a lot of pieces. Only 533, and the weight of the box is this thing. Look at these wheels, by the way. I
Those are so cool looking.
I'm not even kidding. This is a good 1.5 to 2. Not 2 kilo. Kilo to 1.5 kilos, easy.
That's all right,
Dude. Solid weight.
Solid, yeah.
I would like to take some tracks. It's kind of like wheels or whatever, but I would like to get more of these and to see what's compatible with them in the Lego world.
Yeah,
it's pretty big. The hole is pretty big. It is beyond the regular Lego scale. I wish I had the macaroni tubes to see how well they fit, because that would give me an idea. Like, they might fit well. Although I don't know how you would terminate them to keep the wheels on, but yeah, I mean, I'm digging this. And of course, Bigfoot's a big deal to me because, I used to go to Monster Jam and, Skydome, back in Skydome days, and you wanted those nearby seats so that the dirt would kick up at you. If you went home with some dirt on you, like, dude, that was the best experience, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah. Now, the funny thing too about that whole thing, that's the same place that I would go for my Monster Jams. That was the first and last Monster Jam I ever saw was there. But we have a speedway.
I don't know if we ever had it at the exhibition stadium, or if we did, I have no memory of it. But I did go to one at Skydome.
Yeah, Skydome.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, we did a lot of cool stuff at Exhibition Stadium, the original. I saw the big event.
Mm-hmm.
That was so cool. Outdoors. And I'm trying to think. Let's see. WrestleMania 6. No, WrestleMania 6 was Skydome. Because that's where I got covered in beer.
Huh.
Take it easy, Ken.
Well, we have a speedway in my hometown here.
Okay.
And I remember I used to go there every Father's Day with my dad, and I just loved going to the speedway and stuff. But now I live like just down the road from it, and I haven't been to it once.
Which speedway?
The Broxville, Ontario Dirt Speedway.
See, I'm not sure if I've ever been there.
It's just a clay track.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, modifieds and super modifieds, and they have the derbies and the Father's Day bag races, and
I'm hoping to do Mossport this year if they run an event. I'm hoping to go. My buddy usually gets the tickets from Canadian Tire. He's IT for them, so
right.
He usually gets a decent deal. It's sad. I really don't know anyone who ever buys tickets for that. They all get it corporate,
Yeah. But I remember coming home from that speedway when I was younger, all them years, and the clay stuck inside your ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny what constitutes a good memory for us.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a weird one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. One more piece. Let's see. Yeah, Bob Chandler, the driver for
Mhm.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I think he's the original. They've had a few, I think. I mean, 14 different Bigfoots plus the weird variations, like the
Mhm.
Traxxas one, and a few others. But
Maximum D, or whatever his name is. Or are you talking something else?
I'm not sure. Well,
Okay.
the one with tank treads, there was a Bigfoot that kind of had a van body and two tank treads on it.
Yeah. I remember that guy.
And I don't know who actually drove that for them. And actually, Snakebite
No.
was actually an alternate to Bigfoot.
Huh.
Yeah, actually, if you click on the link later that's in the show notes from the wiki, from the Wikipedia on Bigfoot, they talk
Nice.
about the alternates too. So it's like, yeah, that's
Very
just,
nice.
I'm trying to, and that's the thing, I'm trying to put more info in the show notes, like not just the brick stuff, but the other interesting things,
Yeah. No, it was like my roommate was saying, if I could get a hold of you to find out what those brands were. I go, no joke, just click on his thing. It'll be in any description of any video to find out if you're using Kobe or whatever bricks.
Oh yeah, well, and I look what I'm doing right here. I'm putting it right on the screen. I'm trying to make it pretty dummy proof.
Yeah, it's like legit right at the bottom of the screen.
And stuff I'm taking off the screen, like the model numbers and stuff. They're still in literally the title, like "Let's Build Mega HHD20 Bigfoot Hot Wheels Monster Truck." Like I'm putting it all there. They just got to literally be able to read it.
Yeah.
It's just I decided I would rather focus on a few of those icons, like here with the mega icon and the monster truck. I can't even point the right way here, because they're pretty icons and stuff. And then just go Bigfoot, nice and big. Because honestly, that's all anyone really cares anyway. Not all the little rinky-dink details. Oop. Shazam!
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, good evening. You
What
still
is
hawking?
happening?
You still yammering on about that football game? It's over, dude.
I'm so happy the Eagles lost.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm glad it was a close game, but
I'm
now
glad I
everyone's
don't follow
crying about the
sports.
ref call, and it's like, but hey, even the one player says, like, he pulled the uniform or whatever, right? So the player in question is not even disputing the call. I mean, that at that point you got to get off the ref's back. I mean, it was nice that the referees allowed the game to play out and let the players play the game, not call every little rinky-dink call they could have.
Welcome back, JB Awesome.
JB's back again.
So how was your day?
Better than yesterday. But it was hard not to be, right? I didn't have any more oral surgery. My pain it's pretty good. I'm sick of ice cream now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You would think, hey, it's everyone's dream. Eat ice cream and frozen yogurt or whatever.
Not so much.
I went to the washroom. Oh my god, after 24, 36 hours of eating only ice creams?
Wow.
Not easy. That was bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Had the soup tonight cold, had a little bit of sushi, only ate it on the one side, just to keep stuff away from the hole for now. But doing good, healing good from what I can tell. And we got all my wife's stuff sorted pretty much. So it's as good as it can get.
Removing my wisdom teeth was the biggest pain in my life.
Dude, it was crippling to my wife because she did all four, like you. Oral surgery, put her out, all that stuff. And that caused her no end of grief for a long time to come too. After that, for years, she actually had problems like clicking in the jaw and stuff. But
And the dentist, they didn't put me under.
That is something else, and I'm really curious as to why. I mean, for some people, it's an allergy thing, you know.
I'm not allergic to anything, but they chose not to put me under for some reason.
Yeah, I'd be very curious why, because that seems, and it's not even terribly expensive. I know if you were to get a medical bill, it looks like it is, but not to them. So I don't understand why they would make that choice. What? How old were you when you had that done?
17.
Well, 17. Okay, so you're old enough to understand what was going on. It's not like you're a little kid, because that. I mean, they try not to do it to a little kid, even if they're having problems, because that's a lot to go through.
My dad, my little sister teased me. Oh, look at this solid food. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good.
Well, my family, that was what was going on with the sushi tonight, because we canceled a big sushi dinner for my buddy for his birthday. We're going to do it next week. Big family event, take him out, treat him right. But my wife and daughter were feeling like it, so they went up the street, got some sushi, brought it back, and it's like, I wasn't going to have any, but it's like, dude, there's very little in life I love more than sushi. So I had a little bit, and there was nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm just trying to not eat anything that could go in the hole right now, and but we're okay. And tomorrow I'll be eating relatively normal. I'll be careful with hot stuff still, because for sure my nerves are going to light up. I'm going to be sensitive.
And my mouth didn't feel right after the pain subsided.
Oh no. Okay, so this sucks because right now this is not going far enough. There's no way that is going to connect there. So this sucks.
Hey, what's your thoughts about the BTS Dynamite set?
Okay, BTS Dynamite. First, I don't know what you're talking about, so educate me.
It's called like that South Korean boy band that Lego decided to make a set.
Oh, what they do? Make brickheads of them?
No, it's an actual set. It's of a music video.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you've probably got a wrench, right? Post the link in the channel, and then I can click on it and take a look. Or you can post it to our group. Either way. Maybe if you post it to the group, I can look at it on the phone. That's probably better.
Just give me a second,
so I don't accidentally foobar or something. Ooh, let's see.
Okay, it's sent.
Okay, so is it to the group or to the channel?
To the group.
Okay, so let's see.
We'll give my thoughts on after yours.
Okay, I see slaw. Was that what you meant to post?
Hold on.
Because I see that picture. It looks like saw, but it's slaw. What? Which for me is disgusting. I hate coleslaw.
Oh, I love coleslaw. A little bit of cabbage, a little vinegar.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's good for your gut health, but oosh.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Copy. Link paste. Now.
Oh, let's see. Close that. Click that. Okay, so this is kind of horrible. So let's try it this way. There we go. Much better. $100 Lego idea set coming March 1st. Wow, what 7 figs? Fans of that set, I guess they're going to dig it. I think it'll do better than the Queer Eye set, but only marginally. Like, I don't think it'll be clearanced. I just don't think it's going to be huge. Hey, I could be wrong. They are popular, but I think they were popular 2 years ago. I think they're kind of missing their mark doing it now.
My thoughts on it: easy pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not showing up on New Bricks unless that's deeply discounted and I'm feeling bored or sympathetic or like something. That's just not happening. That's not in my wheelhouse, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's not like I'm going to be proud to have that in my collection. It's, I mean, I would want like something ridiculous before that, like a Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa set,
American
American Idol. Yeah, hey, American Idol or America's Got Talent set. You know what I mean? Like that would. Because I actually watch a handful of those episodes. So, by the way, what's the show that's got Howie Mandel? Is it America's Got Talent?
Deal or No Deal, or something.
Not Deal or No Deal. That's old crap. But it's one of those talent shows, and the one where they have the scary lady magician who's always got the hair in front of her face. Oh man, she's amazing. I'll find the links later. I'll post them to the group because her stuff is just beautiful. Beautiful, scary, JB's back again. Okay, so this time they're posting them out. Okay. So, Kev, you said you were sorting stuff?
Yeah, I'm sorting out some of my Star Wars figs.
Okay.
Getting ready to pair them back up with sets that they go with so I can sell them.
So, are you thinking of doing a Bricklink store?
No.
No? There's nothing you're interested in doing?
No, that seems like an awful lot of work.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what stops me every year.
Like, it's taken me long enough to actually, part with it, let alone sell it, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, technically all I'm doing right now is just separating the real ones from the fakes, because I had them all. Hold on, I'll show you this little display I have here. Just littered with the Star Wars figs, because I went nuts on them. It's packed right full of figs.
Oh, I like that pack. That's
so
neat.
Back in the day, I was working for a company, and they had this heat bender with this polyurethane material. And
so you were doing that yourself?
Yeah, I made that case, and then it was originally supposed to be for Hot Wheels.
Okay.
But perfect height for the figs. So yeah, I got to pull all these out and make sure most of them are authentic.
Nice.
Before I try and sell them, because I ain't selling no fakes.
No, well, if you do, first you got to find a place you can, and then as long as you're honest about it, people won't have issues. Well, most people won't. Some will still say, "Well, you can't sell those either." But
in my opinion, too, I'm not really going to get more than $1 out of them.
No. But if you want to offload them,
oh yeah,
I had imported a set of fake figs for Like I used to import lots of figs, but for me to show them off. But then I imported one for a specific video, and then when I was done with it, one of my fans wanted it for her kids, and I said I didn't have a problem. I said, this is what they are. They're not real. But she says, no, this is great because then my kid won't touch my figures.
Right.
So I was like, okay, great. As long as you're aware of what you're getting, I don't have a problem. And I drove them out to her and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, because once I showed them off, they're going to rot. And it's like, great. Because I refuse to just throw them in the garbage. And I wanted someone to.
Yeah.
And what she gave me covered my gas. Like, it's not like I made money on it. It covered my gas in like Timbits, and that was the joke. I said, you got to buy me Timbits, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the time, I used to do that all the time. I say, I give it to you for a box of Timbits or 2 boxes of Timbits. That was my currency. Even when I created that subgroup for Rocky, the auction group, and when I would list stuff on it, because I wasn't really a serious seller, but I would list small things. I'd say, the currency is Timbits. How many Timbits are you going to offer me? And people go 70 Timbits. And of course, there's increments that are easy because, well, they sell them in 10s, 20s, 50s.
Yeah. So
those are the increments you had to figure out. And is it worth it to buy my thing from me? And like, that was fun back in those days. I really enjoyed doing that. Meeting a guy who said, I can't believe you're selling this to me for 2 boxes of Timbits. I go, yep. He goes, I want to see you eat them. I go, okay, sit down. I'll go get an ice cap and we'll do this.
Oh, that's how I eat my Timbits too, with ice cap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If I'm gonna get the sugar high, I'm doing it for real. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little bit smarter now.
Only by a little bit.
Because that's an attempt to die. I mean, that's a diabetic attempt right there.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun doing that. It was a good time. And it got a great reaction out of people. And it showed how much fun you could have with the Lego groups. I just don't feel that's there anymore. One reason I created the new chats for each of our groups is I wanted there to be that open kind of discussion that we have in our private live stream chat. I wanted that on a larger scale for the Lego group and for the Mega group and for the Bricklink group and for the Pokemon group, so that people could have, a little less structure, a little less rules.
You have a Pokemon group too?
Yeah, Pokemon Go Canada. Yeah. Years ago, I was really big into it. Now I only turn it on whenever I pick my wife up from somewhere. But I use that for walking. Like, my longest day was 7 or 8 hours walking. We did 28 kilometers, and that was a long day walking. And dude, the city of Toronto is amazing for Pokemon, especially if you're on Yonge Street, College Street, Bloor Street, Queen Street, King. If you're on the lake, because there's a million spinners, so you never buy anything. You're always hitting the spinners, getting free balls, and then you're playing. And some trips would just be me accumulating whatever my pack would allow, like 1,000 or 1,500 balls in it. And then my next trip would be nothing but attacks and collecting Pokemon. And I also had the do I still have it handy? Pokemon Go. I don't know what they call that thing. But it was a little doohickey, a wrist. Well, here you go. Check this out.
What?
So, yeah, you put a regular battery in it.
Like a
I take it
Fitbit
out, of course. Yeah, and you put it in your hand. That's the best place to put it. And you set it up with the app. This one's an official one from the makers of the game, but you can get non-official ones that are far better. And I just hit that little button, and it automatically. Oh my God! There's a battery in it.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah. Okay, I better take that out.
Cool.
And it will either auto spin a spinner or it'll auto try and get a Pokemon, but it only does a simple attack, so you're not going to get many of them. But I could walk around and keep the phone in my pocket, not even look at the phone, and that's groovy. I can walk around and just hit that button periodically, where I know every half block to a block in Toronto is a thing. and it's just awesome. Now it's blinking. All right.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could just sit in an area. If I know I'm in between a bunch of spinners, oh, it's even better. Like if you know you're in a area that's got 3, 4, 5 spinners, oh, dude, you're just getting freebies all day. And I always felt bad because people in my group will tell me like they're in a certain area that has nothing.
Yeah,
You're
that's
lucky
where I'm
to
at.
catch anything, much less spin to get free balls. So they buy balls. I go, why are you doing that? Don't play this game then.
Yeah.
Because that's a horrible part of the game is trying to pay for crap. And I know a lot of people do. It's like, no. It's definitely a game for the city people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can absolutely cheat. And you could, Android's easier than iPhone where you can change your geolocation. So you can get out of region Pokemon and all that. But if they clue into what you're doing, they can ban your account or shadow ban you temporarily. Or so if you really like the experience, like I don't recommend people do it because it's a cat and mouse game, but eventually you lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's not the right spot. Yeah, I used to enjoy that game a lot. I mean, it's a very simple reward game where it's not hard to play, and they reward you enough to keep you going and keep you interested. And
Yeah.
I used to watch a guy, Trainer Tips, I think it was his name, and he was one of the bigger Pokemon YouTubers, and he kind of made a job of it. I mean,
That's cool.
every day he went out and made videos, but then you can see how he got burnt out after 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how many videos can you make of you walking? The only thing you can really do is go to new places and then show where you're going and talk about those areas. So then you're spending money to travel. Now,
Yeah.
as long as you're
Yeah,
making YouTube money and you're making enough to cover, that's great. But when one of the ad apocalypse happened, he got nailed, and it's like he never got back to that point with viewers or ad money that he could, travel as much as he used to. Because I remember when he used to travel, I remember when he got himself a girlfriend, and that was a big deal, and she'd play with him. And it was so sad because you saw the beginning of the relationship, you saw how good it got, and then you watched it peter out, and then you saw that she was gone, and you saw his depression. And it was so, you felt so bad for this guy because, like, I was watching him every day, 10 minutes a day. Because he was one of those guys who figured out for him success on YouTube meant every day.
Mm-hmm.
There's some guys who can be successful and not do it every day, but for a lot of them, that's the only way you're going to have real success. You got to be an everyday guy. And you burn yourself out. So if you don't love what you're doing, and if you're just chasing dollar signs, like, this thing will kill you. I mean, when I got screwed and I was so piss and vinegar about it, I mean, it definitely bothered me. But once I got past the point where it's like, that's not my goal anymore. And then my goal was, I'm going to build. I'll turn on the cameras. If you guys hang with me, great. And I realized, the friendship is far more important to me than anything else that could happen. Whether it's the freebies or making money. Like now, StreamYards is giving me money. People are clicking on that link. Imagine
Right
that.
on.
Oh, dude. So you wouldn't think it, but yeah, that's a thing now for me.
Right on.
Yeah. And I resisted putting that in there, but it's like, okay, I don't do PayPal. Like I don't ask for PayPals. I don't ask for donations, none of that crap. But if someone's going to click on something because they like how I present and they want to use the software I'm using, great.
Yeah.
I don't feel about that. I don't have any moral issues. But I always said I would never ask you guys for money because I think that's icky. Like we're playing with toys. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, do you know I've unsubscribed from so many of my Lego YouTube people who are like on LAN? Like, okay, Emma Source, you know who she is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I always had an issue with her. Like I used to do little things to donate because I liked her boyfriend, her husband guy, because
Yeah,
he started that. He started all that. I think they're cool people, but I see what's happened to her, and I don't feel the sense of community. I don't feel that she's out there helping people. I feel it's all about her and acquiring, and she's not even into so much of the stuff. And she's
Right.
giving up her career now for this, right?
Right.
And now she's on land and getting all the freebies. I know it's always going to sound like sour grapes. I don't really care if that's what it sounds like. We would all love to be in her position,
Right.
admittedly. But it's like, I can never listen to her build and talk about a Lego product because it's not from a position of being a purchaser. Her position is she gets, anywhere from a quarter to half her Lego for free now.
Yeah.
That is not the same as you and me,
Correct.
who work, struggle, scrimp, save, beg, borrow, steal, whatever to get funds for this hobby. We're not the same now, are we? Her and us. We're not.
No, I stopped stealing when I became criminally offendable. So
Yeah. As soon as those car rides in the police car weren't fun anymore, that's when most of us stopped.
Right.
When it wasn't cool to have the lights go off in a car that you're.
No, that's the downside. They never put the lights on for you. That would have been cool.
Yeah, when you want them to, they won't.
Right. You're going to put the lights on? They're like, we were about to, but now we're not going to.
Hey, what's your opinion on the Action Flash?
I can do without it.
I'm trying. So that's that Lego YouTuber. The truth is,
Not my style.
Well, I don't watch their content, and I'm pretty sure I've unfollowed them on everything. And it was just 2 days ago where I saw Emma Source on my Instagram, and I thought I had that blocked and whatever. And for some reason, the story came up again about how she gave up her bedroom to turn into a Lego city, which means her and hubby are sleeping in a tiny room now. It's like, okay, great. That's their decision, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I feel when I do new bricks, I only show you what I'm collecting for me and what I intend to build. Yeah. You never see everything because that would put me up in a different level of asshole level of being that guy who spends too much money on too many dumb things. No one needs to see me have a stack of 7 box sets of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to do that, and I got so much negative feedback from that. Because like, oh, that's why I can't buy stuff. That's why I can't find it. I can't get it for my kid and this and that. It's like, you know what? I got enough negative from that. It's like, and the truth is, I don't need to show you guys that. That's my personal business. That's flippy stuff.
Yeah.
But if I show you something on New Bricks, it's because I like it. I got a story to tell maybe about why I'm buying it or why I'm acquiring it or whatever. I think for me, there's interest in it.
Yeah.
It's not just me being an a-hole with too much money sometimes and not enough sense, But, yeah, I've started to move some of these higher tier people out of my subs because they're not offering anything. Like, they all have what I would want. Either they have all the views, or they have all the subs, or they have LAN access, which I don't.
What's LAN access?
Lego Ambassador Network, LAN.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can do without that.
They're getting the freebies, and they're getting it 2 weeks, 6 weeks ahead, which there's not a single one of us who would turn it down, me included. What was funny was, so I don't know if you're around, Kev, when I applied for that.
No.
So this was around the time I hit 1,000, because I was hitting my popularity kind of crest, right, before it all slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to try and get on land. But it was a joke. It was always a joke. It was never meant to be real. And as part of my application, they ask you, well, what can you bring to the table? And I said, well, what I could bring to the table is I would love to talk about and review all these other non-Lego products.
Oh,
Oh, it was hilarious. Because the God honest truth is because they also investigate your channel. They look at your content.
you went straight all bricks on them. You didn't hold nothing back. That's
I
fairly
wasn't hiding,
honest.
and I didn't hide my content, which
Yeah,
was,
that's fair. That's very honest.
They start deleting or hiding it or putting it out of view temporarily until the application process. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I had no real hope,
Right.
and I had fun with it. And so I got to the second tier of the process, and that's where the questionnaire comes in. And it was like, it's amazing how fast that thing went cold, and then they send back the short form. It's just an auto rejection form where it clearly my name is pasted in 3 spots, and it's like, well, based on this and this and this, you wouldn't be a good fit for the LAN at this time. Please resubmit it at a later time, and we will re-review. And yeah, right,
Yeah.
But it was a joke, but it was fun. It was so much fun to play that game. And it was about like 6 weeks of the back and forth with the, I think it was 3 questionnaires I did over that time. No real hope. There was no disappointment. It was all fun and giggles for me.
Yeah.
I'm still using this.
Okay.
So this is cool. Check that out, Kev. Little cowboy hat, part of the build.
Oh, for an accent in the car.
Yeah, it's his Bob Chandler's cowboy hat.
Oh, way cool. Way cool.
Yeah, so you kind of stick this on this little thing, which will sit beside his lap, I guess, if he was in there.
I like it.
And this is another case, like, your figure would have been awesome, but it just, unless I, like, kind of half cripple him, and I don't want to ever, like, take those joints out, like, yes, that's just not going to work.
Oh, like if you took him off from the knees.
If I took him out at the knees, like from the hips up, he would look good. Why are they showing? They were doing something very weird here. That is something else. Okay.
Is there a Gravedigger one?
No, and I tell you, dude, if they come out with Gravedigger, I think that will be the best-selling one yet. Problem with Gravedigger is, like Bigfoot, most of the cars have very generic licensing, but Bigfoot, Gravedigger, and Snakebite is connected to Bigfoot. Those guys, though, have their own licensing above and beyond, like just about everyone else. Because I mean, Gravedigger and Bigfoot are the names, right? They're the names in the monster truck. They're the ones in all the games, the cars, everything.
So I think what I'm gonna do, as far as it comes to Star Wars, is I think I might try and keep the original, like these ones, the yellow ones.
Oh yeah, the old ones, like 1999 to 2000.
Yeah.
3, 2, whatever.
Because I have quite a bit of that collected. Like I have Anakin. Yeah, I have Anakin's Pod Racer set and a mock build of the Pod Racer set, and like a couple of dual sets from the yellow figures. So, and sell off all these ones.
Nice. And I encourage everyone that's like, if you're not actually doing something with something, why have it sit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you like, especially if you like, say, building or you like the collecting, cycle it out, grab new stuff. You can absolutely chase the dollar signs and sit on stuff, but then that means you could constantly have to put money into the hobby and you never get anything back. And that's tough. It's hard.
I mean, in generally, like, I don't mind doing that, but like you just said, I almost feel bad about owning this and not doing shit with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's cool that I have it, but look, how cool is it if I don't treat it right.
Yeah. Well, I see some people's pictures when they show their collections, and the layers of dust that's caked on them. I feel even worse if they put them in the sunlight. Hey, Rosalind, Shazam.
Hey, Cranland Bricks. Well, you saw the case I showed you.
Yeah.
Okay, so some dust did get in on the sides, but like
and you know, like, and I know people with the detox, like you just can't help it. But at the same time, like even once a month, do
I
something.
figured I was going to be handling them enough to play with them long enough to go, okay, I'm going to not do anything else with these. I figured I might go put them on that car stand because cars can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And actually, it wasn't very good for the dinky cars because they kept falling out and kids wanted to play with them. So I was like, all right, this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I get that. Let's see.
And then I realized, what? I have how many of these plates sitting in this case? You know what these are for? My favorite themes. The forest men and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm like, I'm an idiot. Why what am I doing? I need those things. I've been looking for these things for like the last 3 months going, where did I stick those?
So we went to the storage unit today to get some stuff out for my daughter. And then I was looking like, oh, I got Lego in this particular one. And you know what? I said, I'm not even wasting time because we were bouncing around. First, we were dealing with my wife's banking situation.
What did you grab?
I actually didn't grab any because I just didn't want to. No, I didn't want to stress myself out. But I looked at some boxes and you know what my problem was? I looked at it and went, why do I have this set there?
Oh, shoot.
And I looked at it and then I thought, why do I have this set? And I realized, oh, now I'm starting to stress out. And I go, I can't. It's safe. It's in my units, but it's like, okay, you know what? We're going to leave it there for now. You know, I'm off till I don't go back to work till Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go back anytime. And, you know, it doesn't mean I have to even deal with it now, but it's like, there's a reason I don't remember. I don't. And this is with all that stuff you saw me do for inventory and taking pictures, spreadsheets. And I'm going, why are those sets on those shelves in there? Because this is the unit that's got our bikes and more of our household stuff. And it's like, that stuff wasn't supposed to be in that unit like that. So it's like, I don't know why.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe just to get it out of my way temporarily, and I forgot. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's very possible.
That totally makes sense.
You know, it's another sad case of boo-hoo. You have so much, you don't know where you put it. Yeah.
What are the sets?
Oh, it was just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, like literally even stuff I don't collect. And I'm looking at it, and it's like, why? It's new and sealed boxes, like. There was some Ninjago stuff there. And I know some of it was clearance, but it wasn't where it should be.
Yeah.
And that's what bothered me. And it's like, okay. That is an interesting error on my part. Especially when I went to all that time and expense and effort to catalog and do stuff to see where, you know, so I know where everything is at any one moment. It's like, it's still not enough because apparently I still have so much. Too many bricks. I mean, I probably don't have enough time to ever build everything you see. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And the stuff over my head. Like, I would have to be unemployed and retired. And then it's like I still can't sit long enough to do it because my back will hurt.
Yeah, true enough.
The days of me doing those 8-hour streams where I would start at 10 and work until the sun comes up at 6. And then somehow sometimes go to work. You know, it's like, because I did that. I did some of those streams too. But usually it was a Friday or Saturday night when I would do that shenanigans. But yeah, those days are over. You won't see me do that. So did you see my message though? Now you were mentioning in your video, I watched your video the other day where you mentioned, I think it was your room tour, and you were talking about a 24-hour stream.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you had mentioned that in passing, And the one thing I commented and I said, I would recommend you don't do a 24-hour stream until you hit a certain milestone.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the plan.
Because those streams don't generally net you a huge amount of subs because
Well, yeah, you kind of already have to have the people to watch it to get
Yes.
the views.
If you hit a 500 mark or 1,000 mark or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because then you're going to get people from around the clock who will start, and that's a nice thing because you already have enough subs that you're already getting a little bit of something out of YouTube pushing you, right?
Yes.
And then having such a long stream, now you're crossing over time zones. So now you will pick up people from around the world who will get to see you for the first time legitimately.
Cool.
Now, it sucks because if you can't actually cater to them and if they like the idea of the live stuff, you don't keep them. They don't necessarily come back, but you pick up some. So you do grow a little, but you want to have something to start with, and then it's great as build because it'll get your hours up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
But I will absolutely hang with you, a couple hours spread out, maybe bookending it or, beginning, middle, end or whatever.
I think you're right. I think I should warm up to it, like maybe do like get a 2-hour stream going at some point for something plan a build for a 2-hour stream.
Oh yeah.
And then work on like you said, a 24-hour. That should be at least a 100 to 500 sub mark. I shouldn't waste that one.
Yeah, and like when I did it, which was hugely successful, I was hitting or had hit the 1,000 sub mark, and I was on a real good trajectory at that point, and I was able to leverage that against the community because I was already getting out around the other YouTubers, including, by the way, Emma Soros, London Bricks, Rick Hive, Cali Bricks, Iceberg Bricks. I was, making the rounds. Even some of our friends and even some of the people who aren't necessarily my friends anymore, Macro or Cajun or whoever, I was doing the horn. I was going all around it, having a good time of it. But so I was leveraging that event with other YouTubers from all around the world. I invited 120. I got a good solid 80 plus, right? That show. Awesome. And I got a solid 80 plus of them to show. And I had 2 Lego Masters, right? Kenemoto, who was, by the way, super awesome because he showed up in the first hour and he showed up in the last hour. And he stayed an extra hour off screen for my last 6 on screen guys. So I was really 25 hours stream, even though the world only saw 24 hours.
Yeah.
And Boone, he was on my stream. So it's like I had 2 Lego Masters on my stream. So that was, a couple of years ago, and that was amazing. So, but I'll never do it again. No. I have to hit some sort of, it would have to be a 2,000. It's got to be another big milestone. I'm not even thinking that far.
Do you watch Jang Bricks?
I used to. I like him. What I didn't like for the longest time, and he had to come out of his shell because he didn't do live streams for a long time. It took a while to get him to get out of the canned video and come live. And we saw a little bit of his personality come out. And then he started to join other streamers, which was, I think, the best thing for him. Good for cross-pollination, and we got to see even more of his personality because he's very dry. He can, his cadence and his demeanor can put you at rest or even put you to sleep if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and what drew me to him, of course, was his mega content, not Lego, but mega content. And like I'm the only guy, I'm second to him on the Warthog thing. That. Well, my one video, the collection, 2 or 3 years old now, whatever it is, 62,000 views. But I come under him all the time on searches. He's number one. I'm number two for a lot of that Halo Mega
See,
content.
I think that changes for me because I'm subbed to you and not him, so you pop up first for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
for a lot of stuff that way.
Okay.
I think it's because it's like if I haven't watched that video, it'll be like, oh, like you're subbed to him. I suggest you go watch his content on that.
Sure.
I don't know.
But he was definitely king of the Mega stuff, and as far as I'm concerned, still is.
Nice.
Great guy, I think overall, and I'm still
Mhm.
subbed to him. It's not like I abandoned him. It just sucks when there's not a lot of Mega content for him to talk about.
Yeah.
You know who the king of Lego Star Wars is?
The king of Lego Star Wars is who? Jang?
No, it's Solid Brick Studios.
Oh, Solid Bricks. I do like Solid Bricks. David Hall.
Yeah.
And I've also made purchases from his. Was it mini? Is it Minifigs for You? Can't remember. But anyway, he's got a good pad printing business for making custom figs and stuff. And by the way, high quality figs, but still way too expensive. By the way, he had the best Bad Batch figures, and probably still the best Bad Batch figures before Lego came out finally with Bad Batch. But yeah, super nice guy. Yes, he's LAN, but I still give him credit because, see, he's not just a guy who builds sets. He's also a mock builder, right? The rest of it, he builds sets. He actually makes mocks. He's actually creative.
What's his name?
I don't look negatively on him for being on LAN, like say Emosaurus.
That one
Or
guy.
or
He
Brixie.
applied for.
Oh, Brixie is just. Wait, is Biker a LAN member?
Oh,
Biker is not a LAN member, is he?
No, but who am I trying to think of? This one guy. Oh, that Quick Builds. He put in an application. He got denied.
Oh well, Quick Builds is the. I'm not going to comment on him. You've heard me talk about him before.
Yeah.
And that's because when they investigate and they see his shady history.
That's right.
And that comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
Brixie's the most trashiest LAN member out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I won't even say that, and I don't like the guy, and I won't say that. I just look at him as, what does he do for the community? Name one thing. What does he do? Because even the few people who he did have on once upon a time aren't on his thing anymore, right? He's got that elitist, arrogant thing going on. I'm trying not to be nasty, but just his name is like.
It's like that. It's like that meme, like that three nobles watching the peasants.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
no, I don't know if I do.
Three nobles dressed in white. This.
There's just so much I always found cringy, and then when that recent GoFundMe, it's like that just confirmed everything I don't like about the guy brewed back up after a year of like not talking too much about him.
He just ass-kissed the Lego.
Here's the thing. He buys a lot of Lego. You can see it. His language is very clean, right? That's Greg, Rosalind. Brixie, yeah, so clean, it's a clean show, clean language. He's pretty guarded, pretty careful. Buys a lot. I mean, it's what Lego wants, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, here's where it's going to sound horrible coming out of my mouth, but I don't have a problem being this person and being honest. Who buys the most Lego in the world? Look at my skin color, right?
Mhm.
And you look at these things, and he fits that mold, right? Someone with money to burn, someone of a certain skin color, certain money level, education, whatever, because that is going to be a large portion of the Lego buying community. Of course, it's not all. That'd be foolish to even suggest that. But he's absolutely, if you bring him on board, he's someone who will reach a certain demographic. So for Lego, brilliant. I would do the same. I really would. As a human being, what's he do for anyone? Would he do anything for you, me? Nope. Zero. Show me anything he's done for anyone around him who elevated him. Because remember, without you, me, Greg, right? Rosalind, where would he be, right? He'd be a nobody out there in the prairies or just beyond the prairies, right?
True say.
In the armpit of Canada. So, and that's okay. People say, "Oh, you're bitter." Sure. Why not? He has what I want. I would love 100,000 subscribers. I would love to have land. But Lego can never give it to me, because if they were to ever say you can't make content on the set,
bricks?
I'd say,
No.
See this? And by the way, there's a running joke in my house. CN Tower, CN Tower.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
No. Well, it's sign language, right?
Yeah.
Like
The two towers.
tank. You see what I'm doing with the tank? Yeah, you didn't think you're going to learn any of this, right? My daughter would be cringing in the background knowing I'm teaching sign language. But yeah, all the time I go, CN Tower, CN Tower. And by the way, it's not CN Tower, it's Tower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I make the running joke, CN Tower, CN Tower.
Well, I tell Lego, what's your favorite Lord of the Rings movie? The Two Towers.
The Two Towers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, okay. I'm going to put Rosalind's comment up. That's so true. I've always questioned what his videos do for the community other than the boost Lego sales. And that is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, when he just started out as a hobbyist or whatever, and he started making content and he hit that first 500 subs and he hit that first 1,000, then he saw that the YouTube monetization kick in. Little bits of money, right? Getting the $5 in the first month, $50 in the second month, and then 1,000 by the third month. Because I remember his progression, right?
Yep.
And then it became, he could buy Lego. And then it became his accounting job or whatever he was doing. I can't remember what he was doing now. He was able to make that the side gig, and then he was able to walk away from that, and Lego could be the main gig. And then he got land. And you see all those milestones he hit, like that's great. But like Rosalind said, what does he do? What does he do for you, for me, for any of us? Does he? I don't even know because I don't watch his content. I blocked him, just because it's not good. I don't think it's good necessarily to watch someone who's got too much of what you want. I don't think that's good for you.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Especially if it is something you want, you like to do or whatever. I lose my train of thought on it just because, let's see. It makes sense for Lego to send him and other similar YouTubers the latest sets so that they can get their fans. No, they're doing Lego's doing everything right, and it's not for them to really judge other characteristics of that person, as long as they never find there's something nasty like moral issues with the guy, like he's got unfed children somewhere, or he's an adulterer or some other nastiness. There's no reason for Lego not to throw stuff his way. Go at it, do it. It works. right? He's got enough subs. People are loyal to him. But that doesn't mean that I won't spend money and giggle at him, paying people to go into his streams and poke fun at him because I'm childish and I think it's funny.
I mean, I could always pull the whole, if Lego doesn't give me a handout, then my kids are going to have to starve this month because they can't afford the new USC.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, but you know, he has pressures on that we don't understand now, so he has to keep himself squeaky clean.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't think there's some nasty people, say more jealous or whatever than say I am, who would love to send Lego a video clip of him saying something naughty or whatever.
Oh, 100%.
You know, because you know he's never going to have the balls to be like Mandar Productions, when for all the years that Ryan complained about Lego, and then he somehow got on LAN, and then he kept pushing the buttons of LAN and of Lego by talking crap, by actually using some non-Lego product. It's like, dude, but he kind of enjoyed it because you know what? He knew he was big enough that he could go it alone again, and he did. And he's only gotten bigger.
Yeah.
That kid gets so much respect out of me. Because
he's doing good.
Well, he shit-talked them for a long time, pardon my language. He got on LAN despite it. And then he kind of didn't let them push him around. And then he walked away from it. So it's like, and you could dispute, oh, he was cut loose, or who cares? He knew exactly what he was doing. It was very clear. We knew what was happening when it was happening. Mm-hmm. And I got a lot of respect for that kid that I didn't have before that.
Just Too Good is a pretty good YouTube.
Just Too Good. When he took the stupid mask off, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he walk away from LAN too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a big deal because is that not every Lego builder's dream to get free Lego?
Heck
and you have it, and all you got to do is keep your gimmick going, which, I mean, for these guys, they could have. And to walk away, it's like you get respect from me, a lot of respect. Two by 6s, 2 by 5s. Hey, Ryan Bricks is back again. I need to come up with a soundbite. I could just click something and just have that play an Eminem clip. But you know what? I'm so sure I'm going to get nailed. Just like I did with Super Bowl.
There's a channel.
It took me like 48 hours to kill that 2-minute segment.
There's this channel I follow called Ad Shot.
Yep.
Yep.
That's not Lego.
So it's a good channel. Why do you follow it?
For his live streams.
Yeah. Is he funny or is he entertaining or?
He's entertaining.
Entertaining. There was actually, you know how I was just complaining about Brixie and about getting stuff, and even Emma Source. So there's another one. Actually, I think he's Canadian. Duck Bricks. Not a bad guy. Dude, the guy's got more Lego than anyone I know. And he hangs half of it up over his head from the ceiling, which is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes the shit falls and it's funny. But I didn't know he was part of LAN until he got one of the Speed Champ sets and he had it fully built. The red one, the Ferrari.
Caprizione.
Yeah, that one. And I saw the thumbnail, went, no way. And then you start playing, like he's holding the box, he's holding the built set. So he's actually got it in hand. He's not just showing off photos. So it's like, oh, I guess he's part of LAN. I listened for 2 minutes out of the 15. He's part of LAN. And you know what I did? I clicked and unsubscribed.
Ooh.
Because there's a million guys who've got more Lego than me. That's not a big deal. But it's like when he was just a guy buying and collecting, you got my respect. Now you're a guy just getting the free stuff. Whatever. You're not one of us anymore.
Yeah, that's agreeable. Definitely.
There's this YouTuber called Many Superheroes Today.
Say that again.
Many Superheroes Today.
And what do they do?
He
What does he do?
He does superheroes, speed champs, and all that.
Oh yeah, so just a Lego builder.
Yep.
Okay. There's just millions upon millions. That's why, like, people say, "Hey, do you listen?" Probably not. Especially now that for the last 4 months, I've been building pretty regularly compared to what I used to. Kev.
Oh yeah. Like,
I mean, the pace I'm on now is crazy. Well, the cars. I mean,
I think you took Valentine's Day off there.
well, I was off for 2.5 days, right?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my mouth exploding, I would have missed less time. But do what I can. Yeah, no problem. Take it easy, Rosalind. Do we have her in our group?
I'm not sure. Wait, Crayon Land? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I've invited her. And I'll tell you, you know what? She was pretty cool last night. She listened to me whine and bitch for a long time.
Yeah, I just caught
She's passed through a lot of it. And
I caught you near the beginning, and I was like, I can't concentrate on that.
no, it's not good energy. And it's...
It felt so bad, though, for you guys. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean... The fact that it ended as well as it did is kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm. But what can go wrong will go wrong, I guess they say.
Oh, I tell you. Just the fact that thing ended up, $8K away from my wife.
I'm literally surprised you found the damn thing.
Dude, I couldn't believe when I finally got that call at the end of the stream. It's like, really? And to hear them both in tears, like, they got it. It's like, because you can't tell me they weren't feeling it's time to give up. Like,
oh, yeah.
Cold, and it was raining the whole time. And
that would have really sucked.
Honestly, it's a movie. What was going on, the drama involved. And...
Oh, you need the blind surfer to do a voiceover for that. Talking about YouTubers I follow.
You were telling us about him before and what he does. His audio.
It's just encourageable. Like, he's not like blind. Like, he hasn't lost all of his eyesight, but
he's legally blind.
All he can see is like light orbs, right?
Yeah.
So, and he surfs and he skateboards and he does crap we can't do.
Doesn't that blow your mind when you?
It does. It makes me so jealous.
My Apple store at Yorkdale. There's 2 guys. One who serviced me, as blind as they get, and this guy, funniest guy I've ever listened to. Mm-hmm. I go in there a year and a half ago to get my 13 Pro Max, whatever, to pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm there for an hour with him, going through stuff and getting my other accessories, and we're talking and this and that. And he's telling me about him going back and forth to work. And this guy is so blind. Like, he uses his phone and uses the audio functions to read and talk to him and do all this stuff. And dude, this guy changed my whole thinking and my whole perspective on what it means to be disabled or have disabilities.
Yes.
Challenged is the word now for me, because it's not
That's
disabled. Right. No way. This guy is amazing and inspiring.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth, to listen to his life and the plans he's got and where he was going after work and stuff, I wanted to hang
Amazing.
with him. I wanted to hang with him. Like, this guy's fun.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what a cool guy.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with that one.
Changed my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I saw him on the street, saw him with a white cane, doing that back and forth thing, all I would say is watch your step or something. But beyond that,
Yeah.
never going to have an interaction with him. I could not envision someone like that in my life, but it's like, this guy was so funny and interesting, and his life is so full, and he's active, like in
Positive spirited and whatnot.
Dude,
Yeah.
he talked about his social life and going to the gym. I can't imagine a blind guy going to the gym.
Yeah. They have it all mapped out in their head somehow.
Yeah. And now when things change, it screws their life up, but
Huh.
hey, we're all challenged every day in new ways, but it's like, I can't believe how full his life is. Blew me away. And then I end up noticing there was a second fellow in there, equally physically challenged with vision and stuff. And dude, it's like, say whatever you want about Apple, but it's like, they got everything working in such a way for these guys to have good, productive lives.
It definitely makes their life habitable.
I'm glad that they can have that very fulfilling job in that store, because I don't know if they could have that everywhere, but the fact they could do it at a high level at Apple, like, good on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not charity cases, that's for sure. And people were going to him. You know what I mean? It's not like he had to lean on the sighted employees.
Yeah.
The sighted employees are coming to him and asking him questions. And he's answering them with the right answers.
That's kind of
and
cool.
without using the phone to read crap. And it's like, dude, mind blown. Such a, any day where I can learn something like that is a great day in my life.
Yep, sure.
Because it doesn't happen in nearly enough.
I like learning. I used to like reading a lot too, because I would learn from it.
Yeah. Oh, I admit, my reading, when I started driving regularly, that was the end of a lot of, if it's not cell phone reading, articles or whatever, it's not reading, because like, even the books I want to read, dude, like, I can pull them out right now. Like, I want to read the Young Bucks book, hardcover, right? I've yet to crack it open.
Oh, Richard.
Oh, I know. Let's make that go. Oh, dude, here's another one. You like wrestlers?
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot I even have this book. Oh my God. Life is short and so am I. A $20 book. I forgot I had this. Do you know what's funny? I was going to buy this book again. Oh my God. I forgot I had that.
You're awful.
Oh my God. With forwards by Kofi Kingston and Kurt Hawkins. Well, Kurt Hawkins is one of his best friends, right?
Yeah.
The Major Brothers. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Matt Cardona. Yeah. Who were the Major Brothers, who were the clones of Edge for a little while. That was kind of their big break.
Droids don't ever want to stand up.
But you know what? I need to make an effort to read those books. So maybe I can make that my challenge. This month I'm going to crack that book open. Instead of watching YouTube when I'm bored, I'm going to crack the book. It's going to be hard, I know.
I honestly started doing the same thing. I'm reading it a second time now, because what I'll do is I'll read the same book 2 and 3 times.
I've done that very rarely in my real books. I've done that very rarely in my life. It's got to be pretty exceptional.
Because I have ADD, and so what you were literally just saying about disability, right? So technically I could have gotten on a government subsidy for my disability, but when I was younger, I thought, well,
Because it's harder for me. Does that not mean I should try harder instead of just being like, oh, I can't do it?
Oh,
So, I was in a class and all these kids were diagnosed with the same thing, but yet here I was excelling. So you couldn't tell me that I was a, poor student or doing not well because I had a disability and I was still doing better than half the class to begin with.
did I tell you what happened with me?
No.
But
So
no,
I was,
what's
I am. I'm dyslexic.
okay. That's what they thought I was to begin with.
So, grade 3 started to really become apparent, but everyone just thought I was being a bad kid because I'm not paying attention, causing trouble, this and that, not focusing. Grade 4, there was a teaching assistant who really paid attention to what I was doing, and she understood the traits and markers. And she figured out that I'm having problems. I'm transposing letters. Saw, was, I'm screwing with numbers.
Yep.
I'm dumb because I probably thought I was. I'm not dumb, but I'm having real problems focusing and figuring out how to read that stuff. And because of her, got diagnosed. So grade 4, I was put into a focus program. And by the end of grade 5, I went from the lowest in English and SRA. Remember the SRA you do in English in Canada, to being the highest in the SRA groups. So lowest in English in grade 4 to being highest in grade 5. Not stupid. Just I had to learn to focus, and I still do. Every time, even with the chat, sometimes you'll see me slow down, and I might stutter or slur my speech. But it's mostly because I'm focusing on what I'm reading, and I have to backtrack. But it's the more I focus, the better it gets. And God bless her.
Right. I think that's more or less what happened in my situation. Like, parents thought your kids were all just horrible little shits.
Yeah.
And then we had a teacher's assistant that was helping figure out which kids were struggling.
Okay.
And but what I was going back to what I was saying about reading. So I realized that I would read so far, and then I would forget what happened. So if we got given like a book report and asked questions, I would have to go back and read the stupid book to find out how to answer the question, because I couldn't organize the context in my brain just off the fly like that. But if you asked me about the book in a different manner, I could tell you, because the context that you would give it. So I enjoy reading because I find it strengthens those abilities that I am lazy for my disability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, take it easy. We'll catch you tomorrow. There'll definitely be more building, that's for sure. If not this, then
Ryan bricks.
Something over there. Lots and lots. And remember, guys, Sunday, me and Hobby Hooligan and Brick Maniac and Big Nate and
Nice.
Mega Dan. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of us on. That's great.
Nice full panel.
Yeah.
So this is the book I'm reading now.
11th Plague. All right, educate me. What's
So it's kind of like a combination between zombies and COVID.
Oh, neat.
Yeah,
so
really neat.
It's like post-apocalyptic plague, world-ending kind of stuff.
Yeah, 2011 it was published. And I also have to show you this. You don't need to put this on big screen because it's just tiny, but you see it's just a piece of wood.
So this is your woodworking project?
This was given to me for a Christmas gift by a woodworker. And what it does is it's so you can hold your book open with your thumb.
Oh, man. So do you find there's less strain now on your thumb?
Oh, my God. Bro, I could read so much longer now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a game changer, dude. You know what, though?
Even if you have it flat, you can still use it to keep your place as you're reading, too, because that's why I have to have this
bookmark, I have to keep my place. Otherwise, when I get to the end, I jump or I go back. Like that's another part of the ADD.
I used to have to use a ruler.
So I have to have a
maintain that
bookmark, or this is just golden. This is just golden, and it's just a freaking piece of wood. It's all just a single piece of junk.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I tell you though, you take that, you 3D print that, and you could make some money. I think, like you and your buddy.
Oh,
No, seriously.
we'd make enough to pay for the 3D printer. I'm in.
Well, you can get a 3D printer for $150, and filament's not terribly expensive anymore.
Yeah, no, true enough. I like
Ooh,
that idea.
I like that. Look how the hood opens up.
Yes, that is very, very smart.
This double hinge system that Mega uses on these large cars.
Nice and
liking
strong,
it.
I find.
Well,
Yeah.
it works well.
I like it.
By the way, that's the best one yet I've ever done.
Oh yeah,
Some of them stick and whatever. That one's pretty good.
that's not bad. Yeah, some of these Star Wars guys, I don't know if you're a Star Wars, but that one's got to be rare because look, it's some weird ass alien. But like, that's actual Lego, and it just blows my mind.
That looks like Hammerhead. Put it back up. Let me see this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it blows my mind that I actually have these.
I mean, I couldn't tell you if that is Hammerhead or if that's from a newer set or anything, but he's clearly from that race.
Yeah. And I have Akbar, obviously. I have to have Akbar. That was like,
Hang on a second.
love my
I
Akbar.
think that's here, something.
Where is it?
I don't want to.
Where'd you go, Akbar?
Yeah.
Akbar is over here. Admiral Akbar.
Oh man,
It's a trap.
it's a trap. It's a trap. Oh, did you guys see the Rihanna footage from the Super Bowl where they have her? Basically, it's the Emperor's speech
Is that the one where
the
she's...
Imperial Empire.
No.
You know,
No, I didn't.
it's amazing footage. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. It's everywhere, and it's hilarious. Because she's in like this big red outfit. It's shiny.
Wait.
She looks like an Imperial Red Guard, the Royal Guard.
What?
But to see her on that floating platform with the audience in the background looks like the Emperor coming up in the Senate
Oh.
and giving his throne speech about blah, 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 safety and security for the Empire. I mean, dude, it is brilliant. It's the best
That's
mashup ever.
Also got the original Boba.
Oh, and is that the connected piece on the back? Yeah, with the helmet. Very nice, very nice.
Well-
Keep that in good condition.
Yeah.
Best you can do.
Or a Sith.
Is that a legit figure or is that?
Yeah, these ones are legit.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. I'm
I was just
surprised
looking
I
at the
actually
gun.
own.
Is the gun legit or is that an add-on?
No, this gun is not. That is an aftermarket gun that I had to have.
Okay. But you gotta admit the gun is awesome. I mean,
No, yeah, it's reminiscent to the one he would carry. He had like this weird pistol with a large butt stock. It was almost like a what I would say a laser
Rosalind
shotgun.
got it figured out.
The Rihanna concert with some kind of sports segment in the background.
Yeah,
Put on
she's got it
yeah.
right. See,
Yeah.
Dylan's all about the football game. The rest of the world, we were watching. We tuned in. For
Yeah,
Rihanna.
I don't football. This guy's really cool too. Bardock or
Oh,
Barrock
the
or whatever.
Bosk. I can't remember what you call
Bosk.
it. Rhodian race, I think. But the Bosk. By the way, the original action figure from Kenner, that was one of my favorite figures. That figure you're
Right.
Hang on.
Yeah, these ones are all
Oh,
authentic.
not
These are-
Bigfoot. Oh, I like that.
Half of these are fakes, but not all of them. Like, there's a couple that are Lego in this pile, but they're like the yellow-headed ones that I'm keeping. Like this badass.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I had to hit my mute button because that was a nasty sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't have a quick access cough button. That would be next
Oh.
level. And so I got to reach over to the mic and hit the mute button.
That one here is fake, you know. So I was like, yeah. I'm not selling that. I don't sell fakes. I don't. Well, not
Nice.
selling them as Lego.
Yeah. As long as you don't misrepresent.
And then I think this one's Lego, but I like created it. Like I put these parts together as Afra from the Star Wars series.
Sure.
She was like a bounty hunter that Darth Vader hired. APHRA, and then these were her droids. BT1
nice.
and 000. They were assassin droids.
Nice.
just like R2 and C3PO, but like
Yeah.
evil as hell. Yeah.
000.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of like 007, but like 000 or something, I guess.
License to kill humanoids.
Yeah.
No, I'm just all of a sudden I feel like a sinus attack.
I think it's a little strong. Let me know. But like 3 cups of, like a cup and a third of powder in the whole mix, though.
Okay, now you got to add more water to that.
Okay,
Wow.
that'll keep you awake.
I'm worried about my kidneys because that stuff's harsh. When you make like iced tea from a powder, dude, that stuff is horrible for your kidneys. Like, or anything, honestly. You take pills, that's bad for your kidneys. You take powder mixes. By the way, that is I like that staircasing.
So like you got to imagine it was.
So that's one. Is that more or less one piece?
I was just yes.
That is. I want to put it up on the big screen. There we go.
If anybody knows anything about acrylic or even heat bending itself, this was not easy because I had no training. I just watched the guy from across the room. And then when we went everybody went on break, I found a piece that was too thin for the job we were doing. And I pulled it to the scrap bin. Nice. And I took one piece and then just heated it up where I had to heat it and then bent it all up. But yeah, I wanted the
I see what you're saying about the Hot Wheels. So it's like, yeah, those you're going to roll backwards.
It wasn't level enough. And I had to have a mat.
As your first attempt, dude, that was pretty cool.
Right. And like down here is just a little tight on the back of the figures. So I had just like a brick stand in the back, just kind of holding it up that little extra.
So here's a question for you.
And it's still...
Is that easy for you to cut cleanly?
No. It would like shatter.
So. Because I used to have an acrylic tool, and then it was always horrible. Honestly.
Like I didn't even like see how the bottom...
$10, $15 tool from Home Depot, and it was horrible for cutting acrylic, so I gave up on it.
Yeah, no, so what we originally did is we had to have some kind of saw blade, and we had to retrofit sandpaper to the saw blade.
Okay.
Because otherwise, the back side of the blade, the whatever the carbide tip of the blade that's attached to your saw blade that offsets it a bit, it would catch this stuff on the way back and just shatter it. So it'd be like a friggin' a saw blade. And like,
see, no, I never had that problem, but if I use anything mechanical,
we glued sandpaper to the cutting wheel, and it just made it perfect.
Okay. I always had a problem with melting the plastic in ways I didn't want it to melt when I'm trying to cut it. And I really gave up on working with it.
That was the other problem, because if you use like a diamond bit or something like that, you couldn't push it fast enough. Yeah. So it was melting the edge. So you'd still get this really dirty, sharp burr on it. From
my RPMs was always too high no matter what I would set it to. And I was just melting stuff before I could get it through. And I just gave up trying.
Yeah. And then also when you're heat bending, if it's not hot enough, while you're bending it, it cools down too fast. You just break it.
Okay.
Because it's fragile while it's hot. It's like glass in that sense. And then if you heat it up too much, you get bubbles. So while you're bending it, you break it.
That's frustrating.
And mine's riddled with, you can't see it, but mine's riddled with bubbles.
Okay.
Like you can see bubbles. So like if this were ever to drop, it would just shatter in those along the seams. But you're right. First try, and all I knew was to plug something in and heat it up, and I set it to the lengths that I wanted. And I lay one piece down, and then I got to go, okay, brain, which way do you fold each fold? Because you only got one chance. There's no going back. And I got effing lucky on a first try. You're right. I really did.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've seen that shape a bunch of times. But the thing is, the amount of acrylic, because of your folds, like it is in one way wasteful.
If I would have, I think I bounced my one bar because the bottom piece didn't go back far enough. I think it would have worked out perfect if I didn't bump that one bar. But yeah, like you said, first try, I was proud of it.
Yeah. But if you got access to more scraps, that you're going to be able to do some awesome stuff.
Well, that was when I lived up, Brantford, and I was working in Paris. The place that was there is gone now. It's in Brantford now, I believe the place is, but EGI Graphics or something.
Dude, that sounds so familiar.
It should be. It was just on the outside of Paris there, as you're going out of off the highway into Paris.
Well, I don't know if I would ever notice it because it's not like I was going out there to see Brad.
Okay,
or
wait.
Dan too often.
They almost had like a furniture place there once upon a time too. Before this company took over, there was like it was a small plaza, a small corner plaza.
Dude,
yeah.
Look at this body so far. I know you can appreciate this because your models and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I don't care. It doesn't have to be studless to look good, but
I'm almost considering getting that one because it looks like it's perfectly 124 scale. Like, I think
I'll give you the measurements afterward. I know you know how to do the math to figure that out. See, they don't write on this one.
Well, I'm gonna guess and say like our smallest RC that I'm thinking of is like 7-8 inches, something like that.
Yeah, I'll oh, come on.
Like.
Your mic? What's wrong with your mic?
That looks so lifelike.
Oh, lifelike, yeah. 8.5 inches long right now.
Yeah, I could probably put my 124 under that and drive around with a Lego body.
I mean, there's no technique involved. Yeah, they got a few pieces, but it's mostly for show, not even for structure or strength, I think, which I'm about to do now in bag 6.
I don't know. It looks so good. It's almost one of those ones that if I see it on sale, I might grab a couple of them.
Well, here's the beauty of the Mega stuff lately, right? I mean, this one just entered the Canadian market, so 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, actually, it wasn't this one. You'll see on new bricks what I got. Day one, 20% off. It's like, thank you. The timing was perfect.
Nice.
The gods looked kindly on me. But actually, yeah, I mean, if you probably 2 months, just keep an eye every day. Amazon, Walmart. It'll probably be Amazon who will do it first.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that reminds me of a actual 124 scale AMT or Rebel model that I had as a kid that was that truck.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Oh, by the
or
way,
F-150, right? Pretty much.
It's supposed to be Silverado body, I think.
Oh. Okay, so the F-150.
Check out the wiki. Check out the wiki link. The wiki link will tell you at which generation they went with which truck body.
You're right. Yeah, that's true.
A Silverado was mentioned at least once.
Yeah, I just remember the.
By the way,
that I had
instructions. Get the instructions from Mega online. I'm sure they're there. HHD20 BIGFOOT. And other than that one piece for the windshield, there's nothing here that would be terribly hard for you to work around, even with some of the unique parts.
That's awesome.
Easy enough for you to work around. You're creative enough, and you could definitely replicate the body, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty reasonably with Lego, no problem.
Yeah, because it just kind of looks like it's just a little or 2 studs wider than a Speed Champ or something, eh?
Well, right now, let's see.
Kind of hard to tell from.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 wide. 10 wide with the body. Now, of course, once you get those wheels on.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not counting the tires.
I mean, those wheels are like 6 wide. They're like 6 wide on their own.
Speaking of Bigfoot tires, do you remember the tires that were the Bigfoot tires that used to be super, super skinny, like they were some kind of tractor tire?
You know what they were? So those skinny tires, though, were, I think, a specialized dump truck.
Sprayer spreader tires for those giant spreaders and for the wheels to go in between the rows.
Really?
I seen one driving down the road one time when I was really, really small, and I was like,
Because they're designed to
cool,
not
they put
damage
Bigfoot
stuff,
tires
right?
on it.
They're designed to
And
not damage stuff, to have, I guess, the narrow wheel, but you're right.
But that's why they had like that weird groove, like they had like a non-tread pattern to them, like they were just a wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like a giant racing slick, right?
High clearance spray tires. Yeah, Ryan seconds me.
There you go. Well, yeah, farm boy.
Crop spray.
They are
yeah,
for-
I was
There you
right. My brain didn't serve me right. Yeah. Good job, brain. I will treat you later, brain.
That's a neat truck you got there. Are you sure that's a straight 6?
Say that again. What? Say that again.
That's a neat truck you got there. Are you sure that's a straight 6?
I don't
A
know.
straight 6.
Well, you know, it's whatever they could squeeze into this little setup, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be that realistic.
I think the back in the day, the actual truck, it had like a V8 or some kind of massive ass engine in it.
Well, that's another
NASCAR
thing with
engine
that
or
wiki is
something.
awesome, because if you're a truck geek, like they got all that info there. You guys are speaking my language. See, now look, Ryan pops up. We got the farm,
Heck yeah.
farm
Oh, yeah. As
culture
soon as
on.
you start talking about farm equipment, Ryan comes.
Yeah.
Now we know how to get him to come around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go with Ninja Turtles or farm equipment.
Dude, I saw another video with that van, and it was driving, and the guy was in a Leonardo outfit. Oh, it was funny, man.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
think
and
that's
he
the
was
one I
delivering-
actually saw before, too.
And I think he was delivering a pizza or something. Like, it was just
Gets out with a
funny.
pizza in his. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
See, that's the thing. Like, oh, what would
Damn
you buy?
right,
If you,
Ryan.
what would you buy if you had $1 million, right? And it's like, I'm not
Yeah.
going to buy a Lambo or even a Countach. I would love to have, but you know what? You give me an opportunity to buy that van, or even like something crazy like the old 1960s Batmobile.
Yeah.
That's what I'm buying.
Heck yeah.
Anyone could have a Countach. Who has the Turtles van, right?
Mm-hmm.
The F40.
What was that, Dylan?
The F40.
The F40?
Ferrari.
So they won't sell a Ferrari.
I
just
will
to
never.
anyone.
I will never buy a Ferrari. I'm sorry. Why? I've watched enough videos from a lot of these guys, like Daily Driven Exotics and a few of these others, like Royal Cars and a few others.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason I would ever buy one. I don't care how good it looks. The quality is not there. It isn't.
Yeah.
Ryan, put the kids to bed. Come on stream.
You want to get a
Wife to
GTO?
bed. Come on, stream, Ryan.
Hey, I'm just happy we're getting Ryan on Sunday. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I know he's gonna have something to make me jealous.
I mean, I almost feel bad because Nate says he's coming on. I know Friday or Sunday night at 9 is generally when he likes to do his stream, but I think he's just happy to hang with us or us with him or whatever. So I'm thankful and blessed he's going to hang with us.
Yeah, same.
You could buy a GTR.
Nah. I love watching those cars. Me owning them or even wanting to spend money on them. No, that's where I'm far too smart.
It's a money oblivion into you.
Yeah. Now, if you've got those kinds of pockets, God bless you. And that's why I like to watch some of these guys like Crown Luxury Rentals and DDE, and there's a few other guys. Even the Stradman, if you watch the Stradman and his car collections. I mean, it's fascinating watching these guys buy and sell their cars because, of course, in reality, they can't actually afford to keep any of them for a long time. And it's as soon as interest in them drops, they have to get them off the channel and bring something else on that.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, they'll lose money and viewers.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of that car while it's still worth something.
I mean, I'm always going to be a big fan of DDE just because these two boys are Canadian, right?
Yeah.
And they're great. I do find them legitimately entertaining. So it's like I have no problem trying to watch the content every day. I try and do it at work on one of my breaks. It actually pisses me off when I see their videos are closer to 28 minutes than 15 because a half hour break, right? And I'm sitting like, oh god, as soon as I get, because I take my breaks in the car, I leave the warehouse, get in the car, sit down, because I need that quiet time outside the warehouse. And I grab my phone, I put it in the windshield, big holder, and it's like, okay, play a video while I'm eating or whatever. And it's
I remember back when I first started watching you, I think I was working at a Timmy's at that time. And I just had you propped up right next to me there. And I just, while I served customers or if I was baking, it didn't matter. Sometimes a customer would be hanging out in the lobby. They'd be like, what are you watching? I'd be like, oh, Lego live stream. They're like, people do that? Like,
yeah, I know.
They do. And they're like, oh, well, you're learning anything about it? I'm like, no, but I can't lava through bricks right now. So I'm getting my fix.
You're getting your fix. Check this piece out. This is, I've never seen this before.
That's bizarre.
So this is a 2x3 plate kind of thing here. It's 2 plates high on this edge. It's got a Technic hole here, and it's got a 1x2 brick here. This is a mutant brick in my world.
I'm going to say it has something. It looks like a hinge piece or something.
Some sort of pivot point for Technic bits. Swing point for suspension or something. But it's like, I've never seen anything that looked like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. We'll see if this provides like actual. Okay, it looks like it's kind of going to provide some sort of suspension now. Yep.
So I have this idea. I have all these little furry short Ewok figures, right? These authentic Ewoks. And I know a certain somebody that was actually in the chat when you first went live there. I got to figure out how much I'm charging them.
Let me see. I'm going to put it up. I want to see
this little hand of perfect looking fuzz.
Yeah. Looks like you got all the basic, Wicked and you got them all. I can't remember the names.
I think the only one I might be missing is the noir colored one because I don't like to use the BLA word. I use noir now. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got to find the noir one. He's probably in another spot that I just haven't looked today. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to sell these for. I don't want to rake them any high prices, but I got to find a fair price for sure.
Yeah, because once they're gone.
Well, I'm not getting rid of the Ewok Village because I won that for $15, and I love the forest.
You know what? And that set still holds up. It's still an amazing set.
I love it, and I was originally thinking about selling it to him, but he ended up picking one up. Oh. But his did not come with any figures. So I said, well, do me a favor, find out what it's going to take to get the replacements you want, and let me know what kind of deal I can give you on mine, because I want to unload mine, and I don't want to just give them away, but he needs them. So it makes me feel more humbled if somebody that needs them gets them, rather than him searching on Bricklink and paying Bricklink prices for pieces. And when I know I had them, and they don't really mean nothing to me other than I used to watch the cartoon.
Yeah. Oh, that Ewok cartoon. Oh my god,
isn't that the cutest thing back in the day, though?
Oh, hey, for the target audience, it's great, But for those of us that were already beyond a certain age,
it's like me. I was targeted.
But hey, did you ever watch the 2 Endor movies?
No.
Oh, do you have Disney Plus?
No. Well, yeah, but I don't actually watch it. Like we have it. We had it.
Watch it. Well, I mean, they're not great movies, but if you're a Star Wars fan, watch them just once so you can say you've done it.
Well, see, that's the thing. I've never been a big fan of Star Wars, but I do enjoy it. It is awesome. It is awesome. Mandalorian, that really man. I was like, that's the way it should have been. This is the way they should have done the movies the whole time. David's Work Studios. G'day.
Oh, hey, Shazam, man. How you doing, David?
But yeah, I love that Mandalorian. Just the
the way they did it, it didn't seem too modernized. It seemed like they used a lot of old camera angles or something. I don't know.
Well,
The cinematic
between
feel of it felt natural.
yeah, there's so much practical effects on top of the state of the art, that gigantic room they use to create the backdrops. Like the combination of the two is just brilliant.
I agree.
Okay, did I literally just make the same mistake?
Yeah, I would have been.
I'm not even look. I just made it on the first one. And
I was really surprised when Grogu came out as like a mastered puppet. Because I thought, okay, for sure they're not going to do that because it's harder. Like you notice when he picks up Grogu, you can tell it's not a being.
Yeah,
it's a stuffy or whatever. But I'm really glad they went with the live action character because it brings more life to the facial expressions than a CGI really would. I think. I think CGI is just too, fake.
But then again, the state of the art is like it's amazing now. Like, what they can.
But then we grew up watching like live action Ninja Turtles and shit. Like that was cool.
I was always bothered when I would look at the rubber suits and their legs and watch the rubber folding. It's like, it killed me. Right?
I never noticed.
You'll never be able to watch you won't be able to watch Batman the state of the art stuff where it's all skin tight.
Oh yeah, okay. I know you mean the latex folds. The latex
foam costumes, and you'll see it in older stuff 20 years ago now.
100% where the elbows are. It always has like that big.
You're gonna see you're gonna see it creasing like a men's suit.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah.
Okay, but like to me,
it takes me out of it. It does.
But to me, that's versus the TMNT with Megan Fox. So although I loved those turtle characters, I loved the dialogue, I loved the elevator scene, I hated the way those things looked, the way that they felt. They didn't seem like they even like were walking on the ground that they were walking on. They just it was way too yucky for me.
I get that.
Way too realistic, maybe.
Yeah, I can respect that opinion. I get that.
Do you remember ever seeing the live action Mario Brothers?
Captain Lou Albano and
John Leguizamo.
Really?
I think so. So
he was Luigi. I can't even remember.
They had
I blanked out now. I'm trying to envision the face.
They had these weird lizard creatures in that movie. That's all I could picture with those Ninja Turtles. Was those stupid lizard creatures, just like the dumbest looking thing. It's what I was like. Oh, they look like those lizards from the Mario live action. That was the weirdest movie too.
Hey, do you got the 77 Pontiac Firebird?
You might have to watch New Bricks today.
Oh.
You might have to watch New Bricks today.
Really?
Well, you should anyway. I hear there's a star-studded cast of 5 YouTubers, well, 4 plus 1. We're still trying to get Dan going, but he's, got his personal hiccups he's got to get past first before he can make a fair effort.
All right, gang, I think I might take off and go grab something to eat.
Okay, well, thanks for hanging, dude.
Gotta get my air conditioner turned back on, but I can't do it while I'm on stream or it just burns the audio.
Oh, you're hot? You're fun?
Yeah,
it's so cold today here, dude.
So we have water heat registers.
Sure.
Yeah. But they're not the registers that are at one spot in the wall that coil around. They're like literally baseboard heaters.
Okay.
That carry hot water through the pipes. So it's fucking always hot. If you ask me. It's always hot if you ask me. Like,
I would always prefer it a little cool than a little hot.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, also I have the lights and the computer on, so it gets warm fast.
Yeah, I know. I was tempted to tell my wife to turn the fan on. All right, thanks for hanging, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, and I'll probably see you the next time you're on. New Bricks, of course. Yeah, Sunday.
I know I'm running a little long here, but you know what? I've still got some energy. I guess that's what happens when you drink 2 monsters in one evening.
Yeah, I got a box that pretty much fills the screen here that's full of loose brick to show you. And then I did pick up that CMF series for my roommate. So
Nice.
that's cool. I was happy to be able to get that, Yeah, so you all have a good night.
So you got all that from Macro? Is that what you said?
What's that?
You got all that stuff from Macro, or did I
No,
misunderstand?
okay, so the one I'm just talking about, that's actually from Jazz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got from Jazz. I just got like a mixed lot and a couple of polys and one of those CMF cases that you get that are colored, translucent colored. I like collecting those. And the CMF series. But for Macro, I got the GPU Forestman for winning his contest, and then he threw in the Zane Ninjago mech and the Lloyd buggy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but because I sent him just an appreciation package the one time, because he does mocks, and I just love his taste in the mocks, the way he does like the roofs to the paneling on the sides. It just all looks like Forest Men kind of nature to it. The old school.
I mean, he had a little falling out. I like the guy just fine. It's just.
Well,
but when I used to watch him mock, though, I never got to a point where I could see him finish anything because he would do 2, 3, 4 episodes of doing on something, and then there'd be a period of time where I wasn't watching, and he'd fall asleep or drink too much or whatever, so I could never see anything he'd start finished. So I don't know. I mean, I was always impressed because he was creative and he'd come up with solutions to problems. But
that's how I got with him, like watching him, and he had this weird contest where he started saying he was showing his stuff off, and he was saying, we got this, we got that, we got this. And at the end of the video, it says, how many times did I say we got? So I won his challenge. And he was asking me.
So Doc is asking, is Sasquatch a better monster truck? Okay, here's the thing. I'm old school. And for me, like Bigfoot, Snakebite, Gravedigger, anything else didn't matter. What was the one that had the big arms like Hulk Hogan?
Hold on, I know Samson.
Like that was another one.
Carolina Crusher.
I mean, that name is super familiar, but that's not iconic.
When Bigfoot switched to Ford, Chevy launched the Carolina Crusher, which was the newest Chevy line at the time, which was probably a Silverado or whatever the one that came after that. Probably just a newer Silverado, to be honest. Yeah, the Silverado that had the 2 sets of headlights before the marker.
Right.
Yeah. But I just remember that from a video game way back in the Windows days. And it had the horn like Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, dude.
Good old boys. Never been apart.
Remember what I was saying, the cars I would buy if I had the scratch? If you would have asked me, say, before a couple of years ago, the Hazard car, Dukes of Hazzard.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. And then the world all went to shit. And woke, and let's all burn our history, and let's whitewash it. And even if I want it, I'd be afraid of someone trying to destroy it.
So I have 2 cars that I wouldn't mind getting. I don't know the year of the first one because it's a car my dad drove, the Camaro, like a 69 or the 71 or something stupid like that.
Ooh.
Or if I couldn't get that, the Gran Torino.
Oh, dude.
And I don't know if I want the Starsky and Hutch one because it was a Baldwin Motion Edition, or if I want the one from just a regular one from.
You realize how many people don't know what Starsky and Hutch is? You just mentioned it, and there's people who are going to see this now or later and like, what's that? And they're going to have to Google it, and they can't appreciate I mean, I won't say the show was great, but I liked the show. But that was in the era of shows I like BJ and the Bear. And, because I'm truck driver's son, so that show was amazing to me.
Well, Smokey and the Bandit was around
Smokey
too.
and the Bandit and all that stuff that for us was just the
muscle
iconic.
car. Bring back the muscle car. Hey, you want to bring back something from the 80s? Bring us back some muscle car television series, for crying out loud.
You know what I hated was when I know you were trying to get out of here, but the
Yeah, I'm bad for that.
was the most recent Knight Rider TV series where they had that car transform and it could transform into a truck. And as much as I hated the fact they tried to lift the Transformers gimmick, like it still wasn't horrible. The first season I liked, and then when they brought it back with a crippled cast and half the budget and this and that, and they did it in 6 episodes instead of the 12 or 14.
Yeah,
and it's like now you just shit on it and ruined it. Not that it was believable the first time, because when you have 2 people in that car and it transformed into the truck, like it was hard to follow. But
boy.
Like, why did you have to make it a transformer?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you couldn't have done something else to make it cool. You had to try and capitalize on that. It's like
my favorite car I would be afraid to own, though, because like I would be afraid that something I did would destroy it or get wrecked in my position, is the Buick Grand National.
Oh, why?
Completely blacked out. It just looks so gangster, but without being gangster. I don't know. It's just tight and clean. I always loved that Buick Grand National, but I always said I could never own one because I love it so much that I wouldn't be able to drive it respectively without being in fear of hurting it. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like my it'd be my garage car, I guess you would call it, my display car.
Yeah.
Or show car. The show car.
Put it on a trailer. He's got 3 different project cars on the go. It's like, buddy, why would you do 3? You're never going to have any of them finished. He goes, yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, if I had
because he started one and then a frame fell into his lap. So he took that on, and then he had a body for another thing. It's like, okay. So he's literally got 3 on the go. And I said, when do you think you're going to finish one of them? He goes, it'll probably be another 10 years at the rate I'm going. And that's if nothing else falls in my lap. It's like, oh, you're so screwed, buddy. But every month he spends a little bit of money on it. And it's like, it's a labor of love, and that's cool.
Yeah.
He has no other bad habits other than this. So it's like, hey, you know.
Yeah, I had to cut mine down. All my habits are now hobbies.
Yeah.
So it all started as a spending habit, all right?
Yeah.
Which I'm trying desperately not to get it back into, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. And
yeah, anytime.
Y'all have a good night.
Hopefully, and if I don't catch you before then, see you Sunday.
Yeah, and hopefully nobody loses their wallet or phone in the meantime. Good Lord. Staple a chain to their hip, eh? They'd still lose it.
I should go put another air tag on something. Or 2 or 4.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Later, Greg. Later, Rick.
Later.
Always a good time when the Hobby Hooligan is in the house. Check him out on YouTube at hobby_hooligan. Help him. I think I want to say at 50-ish subs. Let's get him up over 100, guys. Let's get that ball rolling. If you're not already subbed to him, check him out.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm sorry?
What are you gonna do for the rest of the night?
Well, once I finish this, I'll probably spend an hour and decompress and watch something on YouTube like I usually do. Maybe I'll crack that book open. One of those 2 books. And there's a few more wrestling. By the way, they're only wrestling books I have because it's all I'll buy. But either Killing the Business from the Young Bucks or Life is Short, the story of Hornswoggle. I mean, I really love Hornswoggle. I watch him all the time on YouTube, and I thought he was just a hilarious wrestling character. And when you listen to his life story, like the surgeries he's had, like most short people, dwarves, midgets, whatever. And he's one of those guys who will tell you, like, he's upset when people in the woke world won't use words like dwarves or midgets, because it makes it even harder for someone like him to get a job, because he says, this is what I am, this is what I do, and now you won't even use the word because you're afraid of offending me, and I'm straight up not offended. And he's got issues with guys like the one on Game of Thrones, because that guy is like cuckoo crazy and very woke, and he says, yeah, that guy's ruining it for all short people, midgets, dwarves, everywhere.
Is it Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, Dinklage, who, by the way, an amazing actor. Like, I love him to death. But guy's batshit crazy. And making it's funny. It's okay for him. It's okay for him to make a fortune in that market, in that world, playing those characters. But now he's trying to suggest you shouldn't market characters with these people in mind. And it's like, well, why the hell not? What else are they going to do? And yeah, it's just, when you hear a Hornswoggle talk about this guy, like, you realize, like, this has really affected his life. Like, this guy has taken work out, away from him and his ability to feed his family just because of this guy's comments. As if that guy represents everyone who's under 4 feet tall, which is, of course, ridiculous. No one person should be representing the entire group.
You know what my favorite midget?
I only caught half of that. Your favorite midget what?
Actor is
Who?
Wee Man.
Oh, I can't say he's my favorite. I mean, he's funny. I love Jack, all of Jackass and Wild Boys and CKY. Like, go look at all that stuff. Love it all. But Wee Man, absolutely funny. The guy, he's absolutely a legit Jackass guy, because he did everything he was asked to do. He didn't shy away from anything. He's definitely a legit Hall of Famer Jackass member, straight up. And he's another guy who won't shy away from certain terms, because he'll tell you, yeah, that just kills the industry for us. You're taking our jobs away. JB's back again. Okay, is this turned around? Okay, so apparently this is turned around. So now these are looking very identical. I'm not going to be able to identify them otherwise. Okay. 1 by 6. Are we still broadcasting everywhere? Let me do a check. Yes, we are. Good. Want to say hello to everyone on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Especially if you're hanging in our Facebook groups, which is a little bit harder for me to track live. And anyone wondering why I do that when I drink? I'm trying not to go over the manual. Sometimes there's condensation on the cup. I don't want water spots on the manual. It's bad enough sometimes you get marks from leaning on it, or worse, even sweating on stuff, like in the warmer months. Nothing worse than that. But it's mine. It's not like anyone else is ever going to see it. Not like when you buy a used set and you see that very clearly someone probably was spitting accidentally or whatever, slobbering, or coffee stains. You're hoping it's coffee stains. You're praying it's coffee stains. Which is why you should wash your Lego if it's used. You never know. Never know.
Only thing I did productive today is walk to Walmart, and that's it.
You walk to Walmart? Well, that's okay. That's not a bad thing.
Got me a haircut there.
At Walmart? Oh, so you got like those little mini stores at your Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have that too. We have that too in ours. I don't think our biggest Walmarts will ever match your biggest Walmarts. We do have some nice new super centers that are really, really big, and Sam's Clubs really didn't work well up here because Costco was already so well entrenched. But ooh, look at this. One bag left, guys.
What'd you say about Costco?
Costco Price Club up here was so well entrenched. They already had the market for those gigantic warehouse stores that when Sam's Club came into the market, first they put it too damn close. Usually they were across the street from a Price Club. That didn't work. Even in the major centers in the major cities like Toronto and stuff, 3 million people here, you weren't going to just automatically get all those customers from Price Club Costco. Now it's just Costco because up here they're merged. But yeah, the Sam's Club just really never had a chance up here. And I think some of the marketing at Price Club just works better too. The little food area. Everyone loves the pizza and hot dogs and drinks, and the fact those prices almost never change. And the poutine, if you like poutine.
I never had poutine.
Oh no? Cheese on fries with gravy. It's a French thing. It's not a Canadian thing. People like to say it's a Canadian thing. It's not. It's a French thing.
I had chili cheese fries before.
Oh, chili cheese fries is awesome, dude. That is awesome stuff. Okay, these appear to be little rubber bands, and that's both good and bad because, of course, what happens to rubber bands? They eventually dry out. Now, they could be silicone. They may not be rubber, but the end result is the same. They will eventually all age. How do I figure out the exact number of views on an iPhone? Well, if you look at your channel and then look at your videos, or better yet, look at your lives, if you were live, you should see that there's a number. And you could do that from your general library panel. But if you go into your YouTube studio or manage videos, then you can see a lot more details and analytics and everything on your videos and streams and all that good stuff, JB. I hope that was helpful. I do try. 1-up bracket, 2 studs. So there's not actually a lot left here. It's plate, bracket, plate. Okay, that's good to know. You know what Kevin was saying, man, it's hot here too. Having all these lights to have it look this good. and I'm so critical, like I want more light and I want better control of the light. To have more of it, but to have it be not as harsh. I mean, these are all things I'm working on in the future. Because I want it to look as good as possible. And I don't want my stream to look like anybody else's. That much I've accomplished. I see I'm going to have to take some pain medication before I go to bed because, yeah, my jaw, it's like, One thing the dentist told me is don't talk too much. Like, oops. Didn't exactly follow that directive. Hey, Doc, why am I so sore? Did you talk for 3 hours? No. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how much my video has that has more than 1,000 views, and I can't find the access to number on YouTube Studio. Thanks for trying. I didn't really explain it well. You got a video with more than 1,000 views? Good on you, dude. Figure out what you did there and keep doing that.
I remember going to Monster Jam when I was little.
Oh, yeah? No, it's fun, but it's like if you're seated close enough, you get dirty. And no one will tell you that, right? And it's like, that can be awesome or it could be terrifying.
Like, that's the closest you can get to go mudding.
Yeah, especially if you're in the cities. Yeah. I mean, if you got the right access, for me, you only got to go about half hour north of the city and you could definitely have some fun. Jeez. This. Are they going to make this all upside down? Oh my God. That's crazy. I'm looking at it now, thinking I'm building it right side up, but I'm pretty sure afterwards it's going to be like this.
Mind blown, huh?
Yeah. Because you don't expect to be building something studs up for the longest time, and then at some point they're going to say, flip it over, and then just use a basic technique gimmick to connect it all. But I suspect that's where I'm going now. So I'm looking at it. It's like these are already in the up position. It's like there's not going to be any real travel. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of travel anyway. I'm not fooling myself here. This is more like fake suspension than it is real. It's always a neat gimmick to have it move a little bit. Okay, that's the second time that's moved. Dirty bugger. That's why I don't understand the order of the steps they have us do when there are better ways to do things. And you build enough of these and you realize, yeah, it's like, why would you have me do this now when you could have had me do it before and it would have been better and more even? Because that's one of the problems with Technic. That's why a lot of people don't like Technic. It can be very frustrating. Stud down building is easy. Technic, not so much at times.
I built the Bugatti Bolide.
Yeah, you were saying that the other day.
My fingers were throbbing and numb.
When I did the Mac Anthem, when I built the garbage truck version of it first, because I want the tractor trailer, the Mac Anthem version of it to be the final build. That's what I displayed as, because I'm a truck driver's son. I literally blistered, and my thumb became white from like the blood leaving it, and just horrible. Not a fun experience. Beautiful end product. And let's see, JB, I'll be right back.
Imagine building the large 1/8 scale ones.
I honestly can't. Although I keep looking at like the large Ferrari or that large Lamborghini. Was it the Cyan? That's always tempting, but then I realized, like, as much as I might want it, like, it's gonna piss me off or actually hurt me to do it. So it's like, okay. These are gonna go up here. Oh my goodness. So this is interesting. We're having, let's see it. There we go. Oh, snapped together. It almost felt like a deja vu 2014 era mega there where it wouldn't go together. Because there's a lot of that shenanigans back then. You'd be building and the parts either wouldn't go together or worse, they'd go together and then they'd commit suicide. It would jump off. Because that would happen. That would happen all the time. Let's see. So now we're basically just going to do all, I'm guessing, the same steps. I don't see this being different for any particular reason. Yeah, and that's okay. It's just I look at it, it's like, you know, they could have cut the steps in half. Like, instead of do this by 2, do it by 4. And it's not like it would have been hard or difficult. That's okay. That's okay.
I think they do that to troll.
Just, you know, you don't want it to go too fast. You know, people spend enough money on this stuff. They want to feel there's value to a build. 5 or 6. 6. So 2 by 6, 2 by 3. Do I need a plate or a jumper? I need a jumper. And we put these up for now. Then we're going to put 2 more. Okay, so here we go again. See, and it went all the way on. I don't want it to go all the way on. I want to get it halfway on, but whatever. Okay, and what's the next 2 steps? The other 2 bars. Makes sense. There we go. Much easier. Forcing it to not go all the way on the 1 pin so I can get them both lined up first and then push them. Much easier. Let's see, 2 plates with bar, 1 plate normal. Yeah, how cool is that though? That building half this truck upside down. Which is really ingenious, so you don't have to try and build parts that are inverted, like when it's really not necessary. 2 by 3 modified. Ding. Yeah, anyone's concerned about Mega's clutch, listen to that. There's no issue there.
Huh.
Good luck getting them apart. That clutch is intense. Oh, so we're going to do some fake suspension gimmickry here. Let's see.
Since childhood, I can't get this song out of my head.
What's the song?
It's It's a saxophone that said, "Then we are number one."
Oh no.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm at work the other day and we had oldies playing. It's my buddy's radio, and as long as it doesn't bother me or it's not too loud, I let him play it. And but yeah, when certain oldies come on, I'll turn it up even louder, and I know it annoys other people, but it's like, well, too bad, I want to hear it. Once I get in the groove, and people laugh because they see I'm singing while I'm offloading or something, and it's like they just think it's hilarious. But you can't get it out of your head. It's like, nope, I got to do it now. You made me listen to this station, and now this song's playing, and now you guys all got to hear me sing it. And
your kids will remember this TV show called Lazy Town.
My daughter, I don't know. Believe it or not, she was not into a lot of TV. She's a creative spirit. She enjoys creative outlets far more than TV. I was a product of the TV generation. My daughter, not so much. I mean, literally, soap operas were my babysitter. My mom would have me watch soap operas all the time. I mean, I grew up on Days of Our Lives and Young and the Restless and Another World. And I'm sure I can name a few others if I think about it. Guiding Light. 80s and 90s.
What's your favorite Canadian TV shows?
Ooh, that's tough because not many of them are my favorite. Favorite. Okay, let's think about that. Favorite. Beachcombers, Littlest Hobo, when I was growing up. They're definitely uniquely Canadian. Then there was other shows that aired around the world. Oh, okay, Trailer Park Boys. That's Canadian. Probably a chance you guys have seen that. And then there was Tech War in the 90s. That was written by William Shatner, Captain Kirk. Shoot. RoboCop was filmed up here, so I'll give that a nod as being Canadian. I can't say there's a lot, even though Toronto was like the mecca for filming a lot of stuff for years. Can't say there was a lot, but stuff like Trailer Park Boys filmed for a period of time in Montreal, for a period of time in the Maritimes, mostly in the Maritimes, I think. Funny shit. Ridiculous, but yeah, pretty.
Is that the one with Ellen Page in there?
Once Upon a Time, yep. When she was a girl and prettier and all that kind of nonsense, yep.
And the Trailer Park Boys.
What about the Trailer Park Boys?
Is Ellen Page in there too?
Well, yeah, she had appeared in like a season of Trailer Park Boys, I think in season 3 or something. But I think what that person has done, if they're happy, great, good for them, but I think it's pretty ridiculous. That's not my problem. Okay, so this is interesting. Are these not the same either way? Sure seems like it. They show me doing this 2 different ways. And I was like, why? What difference does it make? They turn around.
Have you seen Bad Boys?
I've seen the first 3 of them. There's a new one coming out now, I hear.
Really?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence just announced it a week ago. I don't know if there's a trailer yet, but there's absolutely. Oh, there we go. There's absolutely another one coming.
Remember, Woosaw.
I don't remember that reference.
It's off of the second one.
Was it?
Yeah.
I did. Well, I mean, the first one is always going to be the best, but those 2 guys together, like, just amazing. And of course, they're talking about. I think the title of the 3rd one was "Bad Boys Forever." Is that right?
No. I just found this out just seconds ago.
Well, the 4th one, they were talking about potential titles, and it's like, oh no, we use that for the 3rd one. And then Will Smith's looking at Martin Lawrence like, really? It's like, yeah, you guys did. Oops. Should have thought about that a little bit more, but whatever. Let's see. Trying to get this all to line up. There we go. I mean, so this will have the look of suspension without actually being suspension.
I think Will Smith got his comedy from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for that role.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Will Smith, what he did on Fresh Prince leading up to, I think it was, did I connect those right? Oops, that one's wrong. I think it was like 97 or 98 when he walked away from the show to focus on the movies, because he clearly had a future doing movies. And of course, he went and put on some mass and he did some bodybuilding to look more manly, which worked wonders for him, because he clearly, not only did he have good timing as an actor and was picking up the craft pretty good. I mean, he was already pretty good with the comedy part, but he also did a couple of episodes of Fresh Prince where he was serious and solemn, and I think people saw that potential where, oh, he could be more than a funny guy.
And Martin Lawrence off of Martin.
Well, Martin Lawrence was always funny. I never liked him as anything other than a comedian. But those 2 together, like, they could have made so many more movies if they were inclined to do so. Not that either of them needed to. But I'm glad to see that we're seeing the Will Smith projects come out again. No matter what Hollywood or the world thinks of him right now. Like Apple Plus has got a movie about him out there. I can't remember what the name of it is. And then we got this project coming out for Bad Boys. And it's like, good. Let's get past the bullshit of last year. Move on. Whatever happens with that stuff. But he doesn't care if he ever goes to the academy again. He just wants to be busy. And people want to see him. And only people who want to stir up shit are trying to keep him down. Like, how does a man ever get past a mistake? People are making it impossible. And he needs to get past his mistake. Ooh, that looks nice. Ooh, I gotta be careful. My mouse went to a bad spot. There we go.
Seeing the Gator a few days ago.
You saw a gator a couple days ago?
Yeah.
How close did you get?
About 20 feet.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say closer. That's awesome. Because they will surprise you with their speed. it's all burst mode, but it's, if they can, if they can do that quick burst and get you, because people are dumb enough to walk within 10 or 12 feet of them, like, then I'm not going to pity you. It's like, good on the gator.
We have a delicate balance here.
Of prehistoric beast to humanity. Because, those guys are living dinosaurs. It's just something else to see that they're still around.
I think they burrowed to avoid
to keep themselves cool or to regulate their body temperature, no?
To avoid that asteroid millions of years ago.
Oh, you think so? You think that was a survival technique, you think?
Yeah. You know
one
that
page for one piece. Oh my God, what did they do? Flip.
They're expert swimmers and they have dens underwater.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just move, and I tell you, they're so graceful. Their movement is just amazing. Okay, these last little bits here. We're in the home stretch. There's not much here.
Whoever decided to invade the South.
Well, I think everyone's pretty much convinced if they're here or if they're coming, that's where they're going first.
Gators would love you.
Oh, is this what you think? This is going to be humanity's chance survive? Is that they will the gators will even the odds up a little, give humanity a running chance?
Gators and the locals will work together.
Do you ever watch the Star Trek movies?
I've seen the Wrath of Khan.
Okay, good. So, best one ever made, by the way, Wrath of Khan. The fourth one was the whale movie.
And where Picard goes back in time.
Yeah. The fourth one is definitely a little woke and a little, let's smack people around with the environmental message. Okay. That's what it was at the time. So I get it. But what was cool was your basic premise was a big monolithic thing. Mm-hmm. It was a cylinder, looked sweaty in space, right? Coming towards the Earth, wrecking havoc with our gravity and everything, ruining the planet. They basically come with a signal, and everyone thinks the signal is aimed at humanity, but it's not. It's aimed at the whales, because the whales have been around longer than we have. And this thing in space has come to communicate with the whales, but there's no whales in the future. So the crew has to figure out, we're going to go back in time, we're going to get some whales, we're going to bring them back, they're going to communicate with whatever this is and hopefully fix things. And that's the premise for them slingshotting around the sun or whatever, going back through time and fixing everything. But typical Star Trek loophole that they can go back through time pretty much whenever they want, because they did it enough times in the TV series. They figured shit out.
This is the one where the Borg Queen...
No, this is well before the Borg stuff. No, this is original cast, original crew. TOS.
This is the Picard era.
No, this is the Shatner era.
I'm talk about the movie I'm describing.
Oh, the one you're describing. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm old school, and I have watched them all, and I did watch all the Picard ones. They weren't all bad. Some were better, like Nemesis. And they were a victim of a lot of bad things, like bad writing and Paramount and CBS, and watching these two companies trade rights back and forth and screw with the whole thing, and which of course is sad too. Ooh, let's see. Oh my God! Like literally one rubber band per page for what, the next 4 pages? Are you guys really doing this to me? Okay, now where is that supposed to go? Really? All the way? Oh boy! Don't lose the rubber band.
Star Trek episode.
Oh, there's our suspension. We got a little bit of kind of active suspension until that rubber band gives way one day.
What's your favorite Star Trek episode?
Original series. Actually, this is going to sound weak, but original series, whichever one had Khan the first time and the crew of the Botany Bay, only because that pays off so well 20, 30, 40 years later, whenever it is they did Star Trek 2, and you have Ricardo Montalban come back to do Khan again and to expand on, was it SETI Alpha 5 and SETI Alpha 6 and the explosion of one, how it's screwed with the other, and where they thought, that where they had abandoned Khan to imprison him so him and his crew could have a new life, because his people were basically genetic mutants, whatever, but because the way they were twisted genetically, it kind of screwed with their heads and made them really dangerous and predatory to humanity. So Kirk gave them a chance at life, where we're going to leave you here isolated on this planet where you can't screw with anybody, but you're so smart you'll be able to figure out things. And they did. They figured out how to survive up until the one planet nearby blew up, screwed up the planet Khan was on, gravity shifted and everything shifted and laid waste to the whole planet, turned into a desert planet where survival was tricky. And 2/3 of his crew died within 6 months of that event, apparently. Okay, I'm missing something.
Khan was on the warpath.
I'm sorry, say that again?
And Khan was on the warpath.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, that Star Trek 2, literally the best Star Trek movie ever made. And I mean, it's everything that's good about Star Trek, and the fact that we're able to use the historical stuff, like the continuous story from the original series, like that was amazing. Where? Oh, here's the truck. Oop, temporary pieces coming off. Okay. Oh, that stupid hat. So that stupid hat barely stays down. Let me see if I can make it stay down better. It's got a little pin that goes onto its little piece, but
when Kirk screams out, "But Khan," that's one of the greatest meme Star Trek moments.
yeah. Shatner, while being a great actor and even a Shakespearean actor and all that great jazz, he definitely is over the top. Okay, this hat, that's a nightmare. Like, that is just never going to stay there.
It's BS. George Takei keeps on bringing him down.
You know what? George Takei, though, he definitely got kind of screwed over by Shatner, and I mean, supposedly they made amends, but I don't know. You got to remember, Shatner was also of a different era. Not that I'm defending Shatner, but things were different, and people like George Takei didn't always get a fair shake. That hat is not going to stick to anything. Okay, let's see if I can do a cheat. This is an old school cheat. Take any plastic, and the idea is to have it fill space to act as resistance. So we're going to see if this works. This is something I would do a lot with a lot of the Chinese bricks years and years ago, more so, where clutch was an issue with certain points or if something was loose. But I've used this on Lego. Like, it's a great trick. So what I'm going to do is probably pull that piece out even, if I can. Because that hat, I mean, I'll just put it in a Ziploc. It isn't a big deal, but I would much rather figure out a way to actually keep it in there now.
Use some sort of tack or something.
Well, I like to use the plastic that came with the set, because I just feel like, hey, it came with it. No. I don't know where this hat actually came from. Mega Dan Branco could tell me. Maybe there was a Wild West thing where they use this mold, but it's like there's nothing about this hole in this other piece, this trans-clear piece here, that is even remotely close to the diameter of the pin that's in the hat. So, I mean, there's other things I can do. Geez, I don't even know where the plastic went. Let's see. Can we use a little bit of tape? I mean, that's really big, but I just want to see if this is going to work at all. Ooh, actually, if I use 2 and push it through. Nope. It's not even, it actually punctures through and it's still not thick enough. I'll be tempted to probably just glue the damn thing down. So what I'm going to do is get rid of my attempts to fill that gap, and that hat will go into the, there's already spares, so the hat will just become part of the spares. It'll get cataloged as part of the set, so it's not like it's going to go missing, but yeah, that's just ridiculous that there's no actual way for that thing to stud in there, which is a shame. But every time I would turn this thing over, the hat's going to fall out. So it's like, nah, forget it. Because that just means it's going to get lost. It's like, nah. It's not like I'm really worried about it getting lost, but it's like, forget it. I'm going to, like, when I get around doing pictures, I'll forget. And if I flip it over to bring it back over to the desk, it's like, nah. Recipe for disaster. Okay, so now I got the body. I got the truck undercarriage. We're flipping it upside down. How cool is that? Sandwiched together. Oh, dude. Where's Mega Dan Branco? He should be seeing this.
Brings you back to your childhood, huh?
Well, I mean, this is a big deal, this truck for me. I mean, that bone shaker, while I didn't have it as a kid because it didn't exist, I thought I had. Clearly my mind built something in my head that it was. It didn't exist. But it definitely spoke to me. But this guy, we had Bigfoot. And we loved Bigfoot in the 80s. Bigfoot was as iconic as you got back then. Okay, so Technic red beams. Wow, how simple is that?
It doesn't even look like building blocks.
Say that again? It doesn't even look. No, I mean it's looking like a model, which is really pretty slick. It didn't have to, but it. And really, the only kind of really cheap molded piece is this frame here, the A pillar for the imaginary windshield. That's it. Otherwise, it's more or less a brick built kind of set, and it's not bad. And oh, come on. There we go. So it looks like I'm giving 2 extra rubber bands, which are good, I guess. Okay, so ooh, don't go anywhere. We got all those pieces there. So we got our truck. The last bag. Bag 8. It's so satisfying. Look at this. Look at my hand. Like that's
Looks like stress balls.
that is huge. I don't have a small hand. Like that is something. I mean, I want more of these wheels. I just want to do stuff. They're heavy though. Like they're not lightweight at all. Same material as the other mega cars that I've been building lately, the premium ones.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. Whoa.
You need to do a little bit more on the eyes, though, right? Let me see. Turn
Above
around.
the eyes.
So
So it looks like she doesn't have any eyes. Is that?
Kind of.
is there any photography you're basing this on?
Well, that's one of my friends in class, Brooklyn.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this going to freak them out?
Probably.
Are they going to see this?
Well, they know this.
Oh.
I asked.
Okay.
I had them positioned for me.
Oh, really?
I mean, I think it's great. The only thing that creeps me out is the eyes a little bit.
Good.
Okay, is that supposed to be the way it is?
Kind of.
Okay.
Well, so I was kind of like unsure whether or not. to have
Oh,
her
this
eyes
is,
closed
dude,
or
this is
not,
so heavy. In
because I don't
fact,
wanna make the face too deep.
those wheels might even be too heavy
Have it.
for what I've just built. Like the framing might even be under engineered. Oh my God, that is so stupid heavy.
Yeah.
So
So
there's
you
our
can interpret that as
suspension.
white eyeshadow, or you can interpret that as an eyeball, whatever you want.
The short bag ever built.
Not bad, not bad. And the first of these large scale ones that have any suspension at
Oh,
all.
she's like, like a zombie dead kind of person.
Wow.
And that's kind of I like that.
Not bad.
But
Looks
now that you
good.
said that eyes are
Believe it or
closed,
not,
I see
probably
that as well.
smaller part
Yeah,
count
yeah,
than most of the sets I've done. Really, really with it. Let me see. I'm gonna. Oh, my daughter's got paint
if
on
you
her
want it to
hands.
look
Hang
like
on a
it's closed,
sec.
I think you have to fill in the eye a little bit more.
Because I like the mixed interpretations.
I like it.
So yeah.
But great job.
And then yeah, I think I'm done. Like I'm leaving these kind of to be like rougher.
Yeah.
Like she kind of did it, and I'm kind of loving it. So
I think it's a good job.
yeah.
Like I said, when I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, it looks like she's like a dead person. Like
I mean, it's supposed to be like kind of creepy, and I was like talking to her, I was like, I kind of like make things that make you go, oh,
I need
it's supposed to be like a little creepy
Whoa.
thing. So, yeah.
Your shoes keep me so off balance. Oh my God.
I think you need to saw off the foam in it.
Something. Oh, then it'd be like not comfy at all.
You know what? There's actually a little tear in my canvas.
Well, you can glue it. That's
Yeah.
easy enough.
I painted over it, and like you don't notice it until I tell you. But
Did it start there? Or did you accidentally? Oopsie.
no, I took out the canvas and then I put it on, and I was like, and then I was painting and I didn't notice it, and I had to get to class, and because I guess the light behind, and because I had the dress painted,
Yeah.
I go, what is that?
but yeah, you can put tape on the back.
Yeah, but you don't really notice.
Well, it's
Like,
canvas,
From
so-
certain angles, you don't even see it. So
Yeah. You will have to be careful you use any glue agents because it might draw through.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I like everything. Like the only thing that creeped me out was the eyes. Like she was some hollow eyes.
So here is my problem. I'm looking for the Bigfoot that came with this. This is my bin from January 1st. It's in here somewhere. 100, 150 cars, right?
Can do some
Sorry, say that again?
Can do some brickology.
Brickology.
Like
Here we go. So, there's the Bigfoot car. I didn't have to dig too far, but I completely messed up my bin. Oh. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna raise. The nice thing about having everything modular is that everything moves. So there's one light. We'll be moving that. Bring you forward for now. So Mega Dan, if you're listening, you want to see this. By the way, I have a second one of these. I actually bought it still in card. Let's see. Do I have it done? Look at that, still in card, on card. It goes to show you that, look at the scale. Actual Hot Wheels Bigfoot.
It looks like it had a baby.
Yeah, well, that little thing, it's a little rubber car underneath, plastic car underneath. But I bought it because I didn't realize that the one included was actually perfect. But, yeah, so this one I opened up January 1st. This is the one from the set. And it has whatever bullshit suspension comes with it, which is none. It's just wobble axles. But, I mean, for Hot Wheels, it's still pretty wicked cool. What's neat is whatever this is, the stud actually studs into bricks. And that will stud into other bricks. So you can take a bunch of these, either put the cars together, or you can stud them into bricks. Because I tried that on January 1st, but that's pretty cool. Wow, that guy's just big.
Yeah,
look at that. Look at it. Can carry the Hot Wheels car. That's kind of cool. Actually, can even carry the little Huts one too.
Is that your all-time favorite Mega build so far?
It's pretty cool. I mean, Bone Shaker, I think, still beats this one out for me, but this one's pretty cool.
The big bone shaker?
Yeah, the largest Bone Shaker. The little ones are. The little ones ain't so great. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but they're not. I mean, if it wasn't for the big ones, I wouldn't have bought the small ones. And not that I care to sell the little ones, but if I were to sell any, it'd be the small ones. If I wanted to thin out a collection, but it's not the biggest market to try and pawn off. Oh my God, it's plastic. That's just horrible. You know, it's all going in the trash anyway. I don't want the boxes, don't keep the trash. Little to no value to it. Although when I was buying used, like if you had this stuff, great. I would definitely be more enticed to buy from you than someone who couldn't offer me this stuff. But I have grown up and realized it doesn't really add to the building experience. Used is still used. Okay, I'm going to keep that Ziploc because the Hot Wheels will go back in it at some point. And anyone with breathing problems should not keep the boxes any longer than necessary, especially once it's been opened. Let's see. Have that. This guy's coming big. Oh. And here's my IKEA Lazy Susan that I painted white years ago. with a gloss white Krylon paint. And that turns my 8-inch platter into 18 or 20. Oh my goodness. That looks awesome. Let's see. This might be one of the few that I don't have to remove it from the stand. Let's see.
I'm considering getting me one.
It's pretty. It's still. Let's see if I can move it further away. There we go. And let's get rid of views we don't care for. We don't care for that. We don't care for that. And I don't want to lean that up there. I don't want it to touch the backdrop. Down in there because it's plastic. Here we go. Yeah, that's not going behind. And the reason that muslin material, the backdrop, the photography material, there's always a chance ink can come off of this. And I don't want it to touch that because that'll mean I'll have to wash it sooner than anticipated. Let's see. What can I do? Actually, it don't look too bad like that. Nice. Very nice. Let's move some more lights around. The only thing I can really do now is, by the way, that's not on there. By the way, center is very hard to do. That looks really good. That is really good. Let's see, camera 1. Because usually that's probably the sweet spot on focus. What about my lighting? Geez, go away, mail. What about color intensity? Do I want to screw with it? Probably not. Gotta be careful because I know doing this will kill my camera. And if I make it too bright, it'll be too washed out. There we go. I think that's all I could do to tweak it. That's pretty nice. That's a beauty. So hatch goes down. That's a print around the trans red. It's a 1x3 rounded.
All of it's prints.
All of these are prints.
Thank God.
Yep. I can, let's see. That's not bad. A little bit more zoomed in. Can I go more? Oh, did I kill it? No. And of course, it's not a true optical zoom. It's digital zoom. But there we go. That guy is a beast.
How many pieces are here?
538 pieces, which makes it actually, by piece count, one of the smaller sets in my large scale mega builds. But that is looking pretty sweet. That's going to be a pain in the ass to take pictures of. That is big. Just because I'm having a hard time lighting it on the desk. I will have to figure out a way to put the lights further back to get my lighting right. In fact, maybe, oh, here we go. If I do that, I don't know how much that helps, but I gotta be careful. I don't want to bend that too much. Okay. That's a little bit more top heavy lighting, but not too bad. Good build, good build. And I figured it was going to be about a 4-hour build, given the piece count. But, you know, yesterday's build time was, of course, really skewed by how much time I was whining and bitching. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Glad I got these extra bands. Let's see. Here we go. There. 2 extra ones. So that's not bad. Put them in a Ziploc. Hopefully they won't dry out. I'm really curious about the longevity of these tires and what material they're actually made of. Are they a polymer? Or are they a rubber? Because they're very, as you can see, they're very shiny. They didn't have me put the tire on the hub, so I'm not sure if they're separate actual pieces. Yes, they are. Okay. I don't know if they're removable. I will not try and remove them.
They're dual molded?
No, they're not dual molded. They're separate pieces. That's why I squeezed it. I wanted to see if it would pull away from the hub. It pulled away from the hub. So I assume it will dislodge itself if I try hard enough. I have no intention of doing that. It's like, why tempt it? Why screw with it? Oh, that just looks good.
Brings you childhood memories, huh?
Yeah. I seem to recall, though, there was some stacks on some versions. And I feel like they missed out on an opportunity. I'd have to check some photography. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my memory is flawed. But let's see. Let's move the camera a bit. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. And it's really a shame the figures will not fit. Now, a Call of Duty figure would probably fit awesome in there. And then I could even put that stupid hat on it. Oh, my goodness. And, of course, there's the Hot Wheels. Now, what's interesting is the Hot Wheels got Firestone. And they didn't go with a Firestone branding on there. And that seems like the biggest... Actually, it's really the only sponsor they didn't get on there was the Firestone. No Firestone. The back looks pretty much right. I mean, look how they scale together. Like they look really good. So yeah, I wonder why they couldn't get Firestone on board. But yeah, that's it. No Firestone. Oh well, shame on them. It's like, why wouldn't you want your brand on a popular toy line that children will build and then they'll have fond memories of that when they get older? Like, that's literally brand building at its best. That's why so many companies get on board with the toys and Hot Wheels especially. Like, they just, go for it. Show us what you make before you commit to it. That's all. And they just want to make sure their brand's not being mishandled. But so many companies like, go for it. Go make a Hot Wheels. Why not? Because Hot Wheels does not pay high license fees. They just don't. They can't. The margins are small. And when they come up with new castings, it's expensive. New castings and new molds cost a lot of money. Once they have it, though, dude, they can just keep pounding that out year after year with different paint schemes, and that's where the money comes in. So when they do make a new mold or a new cast, they're smiling because now that's just endless money down the road. Like they take the Batmobile, from whatever movie, they keep pumping it out in different colors that don't exist. And people keep buying and eating it up. I'm waiting for the pink Batmobiles because I know they'll do it sooner or later. We've had red ones and green ones. I've red tumblers, green tumblers, and Hot Wheels. Like, I have no doubt they'll go through the entire rainbow with enough time. So that suspension there, that's gimmick. That's just for show. It just looks good. This does nothing other than hook the top to the bottom. Here, though, you've got a little bit of play. And that's about as much play as you got. And you can see it'll camber a little bit, which makes sense. Very slick.
It's a slick Willy.
Spider-Man gets cars and stuff. Dude, there's so many themes. Can give Gwen a pink spider card. That'd be okay. But even today, I saw so you got Hot Wheels, the regular cars, and then you get the Boulevard Club, which is like 4 times the cost on a thicker card stock, bigger blister, everything, better print, better wheels. Sometimes I think rubberized wheels. Hot Wheels is just a money-making machine. So many cool themes. Right now, what did I see today? I actually literally saw today Jurassic Park theme of 5 cars in the Boulevard scale. So you're going to pay 3 or 4 times the cost of a regular Hot Wheels car, whatever it is in your country. And they're monster, dinosaur themed. And I assume these are all new molds. Yeah, I'm no expert, but they sure look like it. But yeah, there's just so many cool stuff. I mean, if there isn't a Hot Wheels theme car for you, you're probably not looking hard enough. Like, named thing like Peanuts, Charlie Brown with Snoopy. Like, you can get these Hot Wheels, Barbie, Halo, right? I got 2 warthogs floating around here somewhere. And then all these ridiculous. I mean, this is a car with mega block studs on it, right? You go back and check my January 1st live stream where I opened up hundreds of these things. And then the gimmick cars, I mean, rubber ducky. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What did I say? Oh, Halo. If you're a Halo fan, there's a warthog. And that's what I've done to protect the ones I open. I put them in Ziplocs for now. Just so there's not a lot of touching and rubbing of the paint. Me digging to get that Hot Wheels out is the most these have been moved in 2 months. I know, eh? So Ryan's he's come back to see the results here. No, that thing is beautiful, dude. And for anyone who wants to build it, yes, there's some kind of unique shape stuff, but honestly, go grab the instructions, HHD20 from Mega Constructs. There's nothing that you can't work around here. And the fact that the undercarriage is built upside down, brilliant. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't even think it's necessary. But they did it, and it definitely made for a cool building experience. For Ryan, who didn't see, there's tailgate. Actually, it'll go all the way down.
May I come in?
Although, as tailgates go, it's kind of ridiculous, right? This should hold a Mega Constructs figure of any particular scale, I'm sure. I mean, technically, you could put a Lego figure in there. But yeah, that guy is a beast. And he'll be a challenge to take pictures of, no doubt.
Have you already found a place to display it?
Well, the cabinets for the cars I have more than enough room to continue building every car I've got, including, the the Camaro up there, the Ecto one, the UCS Batmobile that I haven't built yet. That cabinet's, I'm still got car builds for, I don't know, a month, maybe 2 months. We'll see. And check out New Bricks today on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where me, Brick Maniac, Big Nate Bricks, Mega Dan Branco, Hobby_Hooligan, we're all going to be showing off. Some of us have new stuff, some of us have stories, some of us have both. And we're going to see what people pull out of their hat. But yeah, check this out, Ryan. Woo.
Oh, I'm teabagging.
Yeah, no, literally. I could probably get a little piece and, have it look like a bull's nuts back there. For sure. For sure. All right, guys, we're going to shut her down. I think 3 hours 40 is plenty. And thanks for hanging with me, Greg. And we had the Hobby Hooligan on for a lot of the stream. Thank you. And for everyone else who's been watching on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, this has been Rick for All Bricks Count. Peace. Have a good night. And tomorrow, Saturday, we'll stream something else. Maybe 2, 3 streams. We'll see. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Peace. Shazam. Poof.
All this cat does is poop.